Hello everyone and welcome back. The GHORST CACKLE Autogen Tournament is here, and here are our players for the day. So in the first best of three, it is going to be Krastic facing off against Bilbo. Should be quite a bit of fun. Bilbo, of course, representing the Shire proudly from Poland. And then in the second best of three, it is going to be Hadries facing off against Zachby Sane. So all of the games here are, of course, going to be best of three in the initial round. And then from there, we have a best of five final. So we've made a couple changes actually to the format. So now players have the opportunity in the best of three, the players have a single reroll. So in the course of the entire best of three, the match that they're in, obviously, they can reroll. So they can basically be like, all right, this army is so bad that I'm going to be using my dedicated reroll. Now, it can be a worse army, but I suppose, if you just get something that has like no front line or no, it's all artillery or something, you might want to use a reroll. So there is one reroll in the best of three. And then also in the best of five, you get two rerolls. On top of that, players can now remove spells and abilities from their characters. So, for example, you don't have to use all that gold on a bunch of like random magic you're not going to be using, and you can spend that on items and chevrons on your other characters. So we've made a couple of changes to the format, which I think will make it a little bit better. But nonetheless, we'll see how it goes, and we can adjust from there. Yes. So now, my friends, we're going to be jumping on over to the first match of the day, which is going to be Krastic against Bilbo. Should be loading in here in just a second. And let's go ahead and take a look at the armies here. I think it's a good place to take a look, a gander at these forces before we begin. All right, perfect. Everything's looking good. Zypho's Team Arrow. So for Arrow, he decided to go Wood Elves. And for his autogen, he got a Glady. I think she's on an Eagle. So it's not bad. He got a Waystalker, no magic though. And he did not choose to use his reroll here in this best of three. Dryads, Wildwood Rangers. He's got a couple of Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips, honestly. Not a bad army. He's got a Tree Man, some mobile forces. I mean, with someone with Arrow's Micro, this is going to be great. He's got some mobile harass, some pressure tools, and we'll see how it does. And for his opponent, Bilbo Bagosh of the Shire, he ended up getting a Vampire Fleet Admiral with a pistol. Actually going to be pretty decent against the Tree Man, and does also have a Deathcaster. And aside from that, he's got two Depth Guard, one of which is going to be the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard, another one with polearms, a standard one, some bats, some guns, some dogs, and honestly a decent artillery core. This army really isn't terrible either. If I had to say which army's better, I don't know if I could choose, really. I mean, because the Depth Guard with polearms are so incredibly bad and overpriced. Yeah, I don't know. But Arrow also has the Wildwood Rangers to help deal with Depth Guard, which is quite cool. It's got a couple archers, but they are Hagbane Tips, and not a ton of AP on those, but should be quite a bit of fun. So let us load into Castle Drakenhof for the first best of three showdown here in this auto-generated tournament. So thank you guys so much for joining today. Very excited to spend the afternoon with all of you guys and have some fun in this memey format, which I'm really enjoying. And of course, this Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we're going to be having our faction war. So if you guys want to see some more traditional competitive stuff, Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is going to be our next faction war. Man, it is good to have my internet back. I must say, I've been having a blast streaming with you guys. All right, so we're loading in here. Just got to minimize real quick and double check on some settings, and then we'll be good to go. What's up, Bubba's Big Blast? How you doing, man? All right, just opening up some stuff here to make sure we're all good. That all is Dobja in the realm. All right, almost ready, guys. I'll be jumping in just a second. Very good. Yeah, the Coast Autogen, I don't think it's as bad as you think, though, Zyphos. That Autogen, the depth guard were pretty bad, but he got a cannon, he got a mortar, and he got some pretty good defensive units. So Arrow's going to have to be the one to be aggressive and push in, which is pretty good for the Vampire Coast. And honestly, those depth guard with polearms will be okay against the Wild Riders and the Sisters of Thorn, and also maybe not terrible against the Treekin. He did get a couple handgun mobs too, so the handgun gunnery mobs could potentially do some serious damage as well to the Tree Man and to some of the cav pieces. I think Bilbo's army really isn't terrible. He also has magic, whereas Arrow doesn't, and Arrow opted not to use his reroll. Again, in every single best of three, you do get a reroll, so I would probably reroll if I didn't get magic, but again, it depends. All right, so here we are, Krastic, one of the great Everchosens, coming in with Deepwood Scouts, Wardens of Sithril. You guys, of course, already saw the army. A couple of Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips. The Wildwood Rangers could be a nice X Factor for sure. He got two monsters, though. That's really strong, actually. He got a Glade Lord on a Dragon with Praven Othrema. That's pretty good. And he did also get a Tree Man. A little bit wild here, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's pretty much Arrow's army. A couple archers, a little bit of a mobile core here in the form of the Sisters of Thorn and Wild Riders. A Dragon and a Tree Man. Though the Vampire Coast does seem to have answers for those. Excuse me, in the form of the Carronade plus the double handgun mob. But again, we'll see if he's able to put it into practice there. Now for Bilbo, he's got some Fellbats. So 2 Fellbats for a little bit of archer harass. It should be good. He's got a mortar and a carronade here on the far side of the map, which shall be defended by depth guard with polearms. Oh, and he actually got a crabcaster. This is pretty good. So the crabcaster for his lord means he's going to have a little bit of extra AP in melee if he needs to fight against like the tree man or the dragon or anything like that. Still, I mean, the dragon will munch on this guy in combat, but we'll see how it goes. Standard depth guard, 2 groups of zombie powder gunnery mobs. He did get the night terrors and also some scurvy doggos. His front line's pretty weak for sure. He's got the Tide of Skilled, and that's pretty much it, aside from the other depth guard. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, the cannons and artillery could be good, but Arrow's army is very aggressive here. And of course, he didn't choose this army. So for anyone just joining, this is a new format. Well, we did it on the channel way back in the day, but it's something that's going to be regular now because it's so much damn fun. It's an auto-gen tournament. So players essentially click the auto-generate button and get a random army to play with in the tournament. And they can use a reroll, and they can also choose the spells on their caster. Bilbo opted not to do that. So he kept all the spells on his caster. I'm not sure if he was aware of that, but I did tell him before the tournament started. So it's on him if he doesn't want to do it. Because basically, yeah, you can cut the spells on your caster, and then you can spend the chevrons on other units. That's pretty much one of the only things you can really change in that respect. All right, one sec, guys. Looks like both players are about ready. Start when ready. Good luck, have fun. This is going to be a good one. I don't know. I do like that Bilbo has a mortar plus a carronade. I mean, the mortar is going to be super useful against the archers. But, you know, the Wood Elves are a ferocious opponent, that's for sure. They do not mess about. Let's see how this goes. Scurvy dogs, of course, on the far side of the battlefield are lurking in the trees, waiting to ambush. Hungering in the night. And just pulling up chat here. Just give me 1 second, my friends. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the thumbnail with the smiling characters. I think that's so funny. All right. Looks good to me. Alrighty. And the battle is now underway. So you can see both players are, of course, aware. Sorry if I'm a little bit distracted. I'm just trying to pull up the chat here on the phone. The cursed thing. For some reason, the live chat wasn't appearing. Anyways, I'll get it after this game. So immediately, Arrow Krasnik does open up with an Arrow of Kurnus. And it looks like he was going after the cannon. Unfortunately, though, that usually actually does hit home. And yeah, that's really good that Arrow got that, actually. That's going to be very punishing against the vampires here. So Arrow got double Arrow of Kurnus on the Glade Lord plus the Waystalker, which is pretty much one of the hard counters against artillery builds. That is something that I really neglected to commentate on in the beginning of the game. But yeah, it's really strong. You can see one of the carronades is already down for the count. And Arrow also has the mobile Deepwood Scouts. So the Deepwood Scouts are pushing up here. And they can outrange the gunnery mobs for sure. 180 range, granted, there are some mortars, scurvy dogs, and fellbats. So there are tools to chase down these type of units. But the mortars do strike true. Are able to take out a couple of those guys, but not before the gunnery mobs themselves are taking a lot of damage. Now, these are the black spot, so these are the ROR gunnery mobs, and these guys can, you know, pack some punch. 145 range, though, against 180 on the Deepwood Scouts certainly isn't going to be a winning formula by any stretch of the imagination. And you can see the Deepwood Scouts and the Waystalkers and the Glade Lord just kind of picking and poking right now. But thankfully, the Vampire Coast did at least get a couple missile pieces in the form of the carronade and the mortar, so he's not completely defenseless here. Over on the far side, though, a little bit of a misplay. Not sure what was going on here. Bilbo did actually send in the Fellbats to attack the Sisters of Thorn, which pretty much gives Arrow 350 gold for free. You can see here the Fellbats just going to get munched by these 2 cab units. Now the mortars continuing to rain their fire here, doing a little bit of poke on the Deepwood Scouts and getting some okay damage. Nothing serious, but, you know, at least it's forcing them back. But so far, it seems like Arrow's army is really capable of picking apart this Vampire Coast army. And he's doing a really good job with it. He's not being aggressive, not sending his troops into the kill box here of the gunnery mobs. And yeah, the Arrows of Kurnus, I totally forgot about that, but that's so good for punishing artillery. And it's going to be off cooldown relatively soon, which means the Glade Lord and the Waystalker are going to be able to shoot in with their arrows once again and probably take out another carronade model. Also, the Vampire Fleet Admiral is very low. Probably going to want to start overcasting some Spirit Leeches. No, the Arrows of Kurnus actually not being used on the cannon, going in to snipe the Lord. And yeah, the Vampire Coast Lord has no healing. Perhaps you should have mulliganed when he saw this army. We will see indeed. But the mortar's still shooting in. Wood Elves doing a great job. It looks like Bilbo does have his Fellbats kind of lurking in the shadows here. Yeah, Arrow's army's pretty nasty. He got a lot of good archers here against the Vampire Coast army, which is very slow, and it's geared with the depth guard with polearms, which is a pretty unfortunate circumstance. Now, what Arrow's probably going to do right here is get his Sisters of Thorn around the far side here, and then his Wild Riders on this side and collapse on both of the artillery pieces. But here comes the Hunters in the night. Night Terror is going to be intercepting Arrow's Wild Riders. They were stalking, so Arrow didn't see them. And it looks like the Wild Riders will take maybe a couple casualties, if any. Maybe like 1 or 2 models. Not going to be too bad. And now the Sisters of Thorn do charge into the Carronade. So Bilbo did not see that coming, and it looks like the Depth Guard with polearms were not able to react in time. Granted, if they do, they're certainly going to be able to get in there and do some damage, but for the most part, it looks like Arrow is just pulling apart this army. It's just brutal stuff. The Vampire Coast is advancing forward, but now Arrow comes out of the trees. Oh, look at the Praevanothrima going down in the Fellbats. But there's a mighty tree man and some very elite troops here. So I think that's going to be a Fate of Una going down. I would imagine, yes, Fate of Una on the Wildwood Rangers is a good choice, but the tree man is here. The Bloody Reaver Depth Guard will cut through that tree man pretty quick if they're able to get a good surround. But it looks like they're kind of in an awkward engagement angle where only a couple troops are doing their job. But a nice breath attack coming in from Arrow, Spirit Leech as well, and the handgun mob shooting up in the sky. And now the balance of power is actually creeping back towards the middle a little bit. Arrow was in a super dominant position, but now it's kind of creeping as the Glade Lord starts to take some damage. But nonetheless, the Dryad's coming on the flank to shut down the Scurvy Dogs here. Not the Scurvy Dogs, but the Zombie Pirate Gunnery mobs. And the Bloody Reaver Depth Guard are going to be rushing in to intercept those Dryads. So balance of power does creep back towards middle. So far, Depth Guard and Fellbats are hunting down the Glade Guard with Hagbane Tips. Don't know if it's really worth chasing them. They have pretty poor AP values. Granted, the poison is certainly decent. But now it looks like Bilbo is able to get his other Scurvy Dogs and jump on top of the Glade Guard here. So that's a nice pick. He's going to be able to get these guys for sure. But he's got to watch out for his caster. You can see the Vampire Fleet Admiral of Death is kiting the Ancient Tree Man here. The Depth Guard with polearms are actually taking a disgusting amount of damage from the, I don't know how that's possible, from the Dryads there, but they're getting worked on. And that just goes to show how truly terrible Depth Guard with polearms are. Nonetheless, Vampire Fleet Admiral kiting back right now. Sisters of Thorn might be going for the kill here. Waystalker most certainly is. And the Dragon is able to clean up the Depth Guard here on the top of the battlefield before they catch. The best pick for Bilbo for sure was the Scurvy Dogs getting on the Glade Guard here, but what else do they have? In the back, it looks like the Wardens of Sithril are fighting the Depth Guard with polearms, and the Wardens will probably win this fight, which is pretty unfortunate for the Vampire Coast. And the Night Terrors doing some good work at least. You know, he's able to finally break those Dryads. Maybe if he could get some good value and take these guys out, but I think Bilbo at that point knows it's over. So GG, Arrow Krasik is going to be the first to draw blood in today's tournament with a very good Wood Elf play. We have a donation from Sea of Blue. Appreciate all the streams lately, keeping the quarantine entertaining. We are, dude. We are. Thank you so much, and welcome to the stream. Appreciate the donations. We also have one from Samuel Christensen. With a $5, these streams are much appreciated in tough times. We'll watch later. It'll be here waiting for you, bud. It will be here waiting for you. So Arrow Krasik, the first to draw blood in today's stream. Up 1-0 in this best of 3. Depth Guard with polearms are an absolutely terrible unit. All right. Arrow Krasik says, GG, your army was, man, all that Depth Guard. Yeah, it's pretty rough for sure. So Bilbo pick now. And the map is going to be set on the, I don't know, let's find one. Altdorf Outskirts is a good map. It is a good map indeed. All right, one sec. Just loading everything up. So now Bilbo's on the pick. We get to see him auto-gen his army, which should be quite a bit of fun. So Bilbo is going to pick High Elves, it looks like. And High Elves seems like they could be a good auto-gen force. Okay, that's not a bad army. Honestly, this army's really good. Yeah. I see army. All good. Yeah, so if we look at Bilbo's army, guys, he got a princess. He got 2 swordmasters, double phoenix. That's really powerful. And a bolt thrower. Like, this army's pretty solid. I would definitely keep this if I were Bilbo. And now Arrow's on the pick. We are on the Altdorf Outskirts. And yeah, Bilbo gets a ban as well. So he gets his bans if he wants to. I wonder what he'll ban, though. He does get his 2 bans, and we do follow the standard pick and ban rules. And he says no bans. What a champ. What a champion. Yeah, I know. You know, that's the thing about Vampire Coast. There's a lot of jank, for sure. So Bilbo says, you didn't ban, so I'm not going to ban either. Yeah, in auto-gen, it really doesn't matter too much. Like, I guess, like, you still would want to ban dwarves if you were, like, playing Empire or something. But, you know, Bilbo coming in with the swagger. And it looks like Arrow's going to go Dowie. All right. All right. And oh my God, Arrow's army. People, he says people like dwarves, right? All right. So Arrow's got a Lord, a Thane, Longbeards with great weapons. Double Hammer, actually. Double Iron Drake with the flamethrowers. Cannon, Bolt Thrower. Honestly, Arrow's army is pretty good against Bilbo's also. Oh man, this is going to be something. So Bilbo does have double Swordmaster plus White Lions. He does also have double Flamespire Phoenix, which won't be super good against dwarves, but they're still big AP monsters that are super fast. But Arrow does have some pretty good anti-monster, I guess. I mean, he's got the Iron Drakes. Yeah, the Flamethrower Iron Drakes are going to be extra janky, though. Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be interesting, guys. No, the rules are slightly different. So for anyone joining today, in this Autogen tournament, players have the opportunity to mulligan an army. So they can re-roll one army in the entire best of 3 series. And in the best of 5 finals, they can re-roll their army as well. So they can do that twice in the best of 5. On top of that, players can cut magic from their casters and spells and abilities that they don't want, and they can spend that on items and chevrons. So we made some minor changes, some small quality of life stuff, but that's pretty much going to be the extent of it. Yeah. I know, guys, you're not getting the quad Iron Drake. Yeah, you know, that's a pretty good Autogen army for sure, Flying Taco. I agree. I mean, the double hammers will actually be okay here. It's got troll hammers, the flamethrowers. The Flamespire Phoenixes are really good as well. Yeah, it's that high elf army is very similar to the one we saw Autogen last time. Very, very similar indeed. The Brimstone does do fire damage. Yeah, the Phoenixes are going to be... the Phoenixes will be annoying for sure. And yeah, I mean, even with a 25% mitigation on their damage, they still have really good AP. And if you know, Bilbo can just take out the Iron Drakes with the Trollhammer torpedoes and like maybe the cannon, then I don't think there's going to be anything in Arrow's army that's going to be super effective against the Flamespire Phoenixes. Yeah. Both have fire attack and fire resist, I know. It's going to be a wet noodle contest. Yeah, a lot of it's going to come down to play here. I honestly think both players have armies that are capable of winning, and that's not something you hear terribly often in these Autogen tournaments. Generally speaking, one of the players has like just absolute jank, but in this case, you know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, there's a lot of single entity play, but Arrow, of course, very much a savvy player. I'm sure he can handle it. So we got the Lord, we got the Hammerers, we have the Dwarf Warriors with great weapons. You guys saw the whole army in the pre-screen here. A single bolt thrower, Brimstone gun, Dwarf Lord, a couple of flamethrowers, certainly quite a bit of fun. For Bilbo's army, he does have a double Flamespire Phoenix. He's got the Heralds of the Wind. Oh, that's actually pretty nasty. He also got a Chariot. Now it's the Ilthamar Chariot. So, you know, should be okay against Owie. Ilthamar Chariot, got some Shadow Warriors, a bunch of Sword Masters, and for his Lord, he got a Princess. The Princess actually could use her hail of arrows to try and snipe the artillery pieces. A bolt thrower in the trees, and yes, Bilbo is going to be kind of hiding most of his army here in the tree line, which I think is a very, very good choice. Xiphos, is it really the exact same? Are you serious? That's the exact same high elf army we saw last time? Maybe Autogen isn't truly an Autogen, and it just has like a bunch of random armies it pulls. I don't know. Yeah. I think as far as the armies go, like if Micro is equal and both players play equally well, I think it slightly favors the high elf army. But I think Arrow can win it for sure. I mean, he's certainly capable. Ironbreakers versus Treekin. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a wet noodle contest. The War of Vengeance is here, so if you guys are a fan of the Dowie, let us know in chat. Or if you want Bilbo Baggins of the Shire and his high elf folk to pull out this victory and even out the series, let us know as well. Yeah, some people, I think Xiphos was playing with his army last time. Was it you, Xiphos? I would imagine it would be, since you're a high elf dude. It's going to be very fun, though. Again, guys, thank you so much for joining on this Friday afternoon or night, depending on where you are. I don't know, yeah. That would be a pretty freakish, like if the chevrons are the same and everything, that would be a pretty freakish coincidence, considering the Autogen circumstances. So there is a Vanguard deployment in the very far back. Bilbo has put his Shadow Warriors plus his Heralds of the Wind hidden in the trees here. Arrow's army looking nice little deployment. He's got the Iron Drakes with the Flamethrowers in the front, doing some Game of Thrones as well, and putting his Bolt Thrower in front. Deploy the artillery here. And now Bilbo's Bolt Thrower is going to be shooting back. What is it going to be shooting at is the question. Looks like it is going after the Iron Drakes here, which is probably a good choice, to be honest. If you can pick off those models, could be quite substantial. You know, free up the glorious Flamespire Phoenixes. Wait, these are the Iron Drakes with the Flamethrowers. Yeah, I don't think you need to focus those. You definitely want to focus the ones with the Trollhammer torpedoes. One sec, guys. Oh, just going full haggard, taking off the shirt, getting down to business. And the bird is flying in circles here, and it looks like some of the high elf archers with light armor. Their light armor probably will not save them from the flamethrower of the Iron Drakes here, but we'll see how that goes. And now the Flamespire Phoenixes are going to be chasing down the Gyrocopter with the Brimstone gun, which 105 speed against 120. The bird should be able to catch this guy and put really steady pressure. So that's a pretty early win for Bilbo. If he really stays on top of his micro here, he should be able to chase the Gyrocopter. Granted, Arrow might be able to still kite, but the birds are really fast. Flamespire Phoenixes are incredibly quick and a very, very solid unit, for sure. Very, very solid indeed. Here comes the bird, going in for the kill. And it looks like the Gyrocopter with the Brimstone gun is able to narrowly escape. And it could pull back into the Dwarven lines and try and get the support of the Trollhammer torpedoes in the back, but we'll see how that goes. Nonetheless, High Elf's taking a very cautious approach, kind of lurking in the trees right now. Bolt Thrower is still shooting in, and the Bolt Thrower is now shooting at the Dwarven bolt thrower. So trying to take out the Dwarven artillery here in the early game. Nonetheless, Flamespire Phoenixes, I think that Bilbo really needs to abuse these things. Like, honestly, I would just take them in and start hammering. Although that is really funny because Iron Drakes do, of course, have that fire resist. And how much is it? Let's go ahead and look. So the Iron Drakes have 70%. So 70, oh my god, guys. So the Iron Drakes have 70% fire resist plus 25% magic. So they're going to be taking, like, no damage from the Flamespire Phoenix. That is so freaking funny. Now here comes the initial engagement. Swordmasters of Hoth are going to be getting roasted by the Iron Drakes on the approach. And it looks like the gyrocopters with the brimstone guns are going to be pulling back as the big birds chase them. I mean, this is free right here. This bird can just go and take out this bolt thrower. There's nothing there to defend it for Aerocrastic, so he should really do that. The Ulthamar Chariot looks like it took some cannons on the approach, and also the Trollhammer torpedoes were able to pound those chariots. So that's actually a really nice run for Arrow in the beginning. Bilbo also a little bit blobbed up with his forces. I think he needs to fan out just a little bit to be more efficient with his engagements. In the back, Shadow Warriors are kiting the Dwarf Warriors with great weapons, and the Heralds of the Wind are being pushed back by some standard Dwarf Warriors as well. Now, it looks like the Bolt Thrower is going to be shut down by the Flamespire Phoenix. On top of that, the Gyrocopter, the Brimstone Gun being hunted, but Arrow does have layers and layers of flamethrowers, and, you know, even though it's not super good against armor, it certainly can do some work. I mean, it still is, you know, a steady stream of damage. So here it comes. Let's go ahead and get the cinematic view of these Iron Drakes as they shoot here into the Swordmasters of Hoth. Doing a little bit of work, but yeah, you can see almost no damage from the Flamespire Phoenix. Like, literally, I think it's like 90+% mitigation based on the factors of magic and fire damage. So the first wave of the Swordmasters do actually break through the front lines. However, they're very beat up from the fire they've taken, and now the Dwarven Hammer teams are going to be pushing in and should be able to cut these guys down pretty quick. Dwarven Hammers do lose in a vacuum against Swordmasters, but if they're a little bit softened up with some of your artillery and other Dwarven tools, you can certainly still do some work. Now, some Swordmasters have gotten into the back line, and it looks like they've gotten onto the Iron Drakes, which is certainly going to be nice, but Blasting Charge is coming in, and the Dwarves have two more or less full health hammers, which is kind of making the High Elf Infantry look a little bit small right now. I feel like the High Elves are going to be able to crush them here. Currently, the bounce power is a little bit favored for the forces of the High Elves, actually, the Aesir, as the Flamespire Phoenixes are able to chase off the Gyrocopters with the Brimstone Guns. The cannon is offline. But yeah, the two Dwarven Hammer teams, they might be able to carry this game, honestly. If they can just beat down the Swordmasters, then peel back over here, it's really just going to be a grind fest versus the Flamespire Phoenixes, which should be very funny. Yeah, what is it, 95% mitigation, 25 plus 70? Yeah, that's pretty obscene, for sure. So 5% of the damage from the Flamespire Phoenixes will actually go through. Let's go ahead and watch for a second. Oh my god, that Flamespire Phoenix just hit that guy and did like 12 damage to it. Did like nothing. Oh my god, that is so funny. But here comes the Flamespire Phoenix coming in for the kill on something else. I mean, the Flamespire Phoenixes should be cycle charging the Dwarven Hammer teams, I think. The Shadow Warriors still doing a pretty good job kiting, but they've almost been run out of ammo by Dwarf Warriors. And, I mean, they could probably beat them in melee at this point. Somehow, some way, Arrow was able to get back his Gyrocopters. Looks like the birds came back from vacation a little bit early. And the High Elf Princess, I think she's just kind of sitting on the wings and just shooting at whatever she can. But it looks like she's facing the wrong way right now and not shooting anything. Arrow is able to stabilize his center pocket like we anticipated. The Swordmasters of Hoth overwhelmed by the Dwarven Infantry. And now it's really going to come down to the birds and to see if they can carry. But yeah, I think while you still have troops on the ground, I think that Bilbo needs to get his Flamespire Phoenixes and start cycle charging the Hammer teams. Like the Hammers, or he could even goon out like the Thane. You know, the Thane wouldn't be a bad target. The Dwarf Lord isn't a terrible target, but I would save them for later. So Bilbo is able to get the Heralds of the Wind, and he is shutting down the cannon here. So the cannon is going to be probably pushed offline, although -8, -3, it should break in a moment, and Bilbo is able to get back with the Heralds of the Wind. So Heralds of the Wind are a very fast unit, 105 speed on the ground. I think one of the fastest units on the ground in the game, excluding the Flamespire Phoenixes, which I think are, of course, an aerial unit. But nonetheless, the bird over here is cooking some gooses. It is able to break off the Iron Drakes just due to the terror route and should be able to shut down the Bolt Thrower team. Honestly, this is pretty much a dead even game. You have to also remember that Bilbo does have the Flamespire Phoenix bombs. So with the Flamespire Phoenixes, he could do some bombardment runs and potentially do a ton of damage. It's a really close game, guys. Really, really close. Here you can see the archers with light armor and the bolt throwers still shooting into the Dowie force, but Arrow may have stabilized this, to be honest. Princess getting her kicks, shooting at some of the Iron Drakes here, it looks like. And yeah, the Flamespire Phoenixes, I really wonder how much ammunition Bilbo has left. Now, Bilbo has played in quite a few of my tournaments and is a very good High Elf player. I've seen him play in ECLs and other formats. So I would assume he's a little bit practiced in using the bombing runs. It looks like he might be going for it here. He definitely should be cycle charging. This thing also has the free heal. And Mr. 00Z, thank you so much for the donation. The 100 rubles, man. Yes. Yes, indeed. Thank you. So the Flamespire Phoenix is going to be jumping in here. I'll read the chat after the game, don't worry, bud. And the Flamespire Phoenix doing some cycle charging, halting up the Dawi army. And yeah, it seems like the Dwarves are in a pretty good position, though. They're pulling ahead in the Bounce of Power. Now, one thing to really consider, though, is that the Flamespire Phoenixes can get some really, really nasty healing. These guys can, you know, heal up to almost full health since they're nowhere near their healing cap. Aerocrastic able to get some flamethrower shots into the very lightly armored Spearmen here. Spearmen are going to be forced back. And there they go, off into the Shadow Realm. In the back, we do have a Princess. She's on the hunt, and it looks like she was able to shut down the Iron Drakes with the Trollhammer torpedoes, which is quite clutch for sure. What's really funny is, like, I don't know how those birds are going to do. And you can see Bilbo is attacking the flamethrowers with the bird, which is a huge mistake. I'm not sure why he's doing that. Maybe he doesn't know they have fire resist, but that's going to do, like, no damage. So the Flamespires, again, should be cycle charging the hammers and the Dwarf Warriors and trying to get them to break and, you know, potentially chase them off the battlefield. So in the back, the Trollhammer torpedoes are finished off. Herald to the Wind coming in. What do the High Elves have left here? It looks like nothing, basically. I mean, a couple White Lions just running for the hills, and they're all, like, shattered. Bolt throwers out of ammo, a couple Archers that are out of ammo. It's really just going to come down to the bird. Yeah, I think Arrow's got this. I don't know, because like the Dwarf Lord plus the Thane probably could defeat the Phoenixes. And the thing is for Bilbo, once he runs out of ammo, he's going to have to attack with those single entities. And I'll make sure to inform the players that we are using these standard engagement rules and all that stuff, because I didn't tell them before the tournament, so we'll be a little bit more relaxed here at first. Flamethrower shooting in, Bilbo falling back, doing a little bit of kiting on the far side with his Princess. And also got some Swordmasters coming back in, but I just don't think he's going to be able to defeat Arrow's blob. And you can see Bilbo's going to be kiting back a little bit. And yeah, doing his thing. So here comes the birds attacking the Dwarf Warriors here, able to break those guys. And what does he have in terms of ammunition? I mean, he's got a little bit on the Princess. Got 2 shots left. Getting in there, getting some pokes. Aerocrastic getting that sweet flamethrower volley fire here on the retreating Archers. And yeah, you can see the Princess here shooting into the back, going after the Thane, just trying to snipe the Dwarven leadership. And yeah, losing that chariot early was rough. I mean, Bilbo had a pretty good chariot piece in the beginning, but he rode it right into the Iron Drakes, which was really painful. Might actually be able to get these Iron Drakes offline. We'll see. The Trollhammer torpedoes are very, very low, but Dwarven leadership's pretty insane. Even though there's only 2 of them left, it looks like they're going to stabilize, and the Heralds of the Wind are going to be the ones breaking off here. We have a donation from Jared Barreto. Love the AutoGen tournament. Hope to see them more. You will, man. And thank you so much for the very generous donation of $50, dude. And I'll keep them coming. This Sunday, we got Faction War coming as well. So going to be a lot of good streaming content. Adam V, thank you as well for the $2. And yeah, guys, we're here to stay. So now the Flamespire Phoenixes are jumping into combat. Bilbo, you know, pretty much the last stand of the Shire Lord here. As the Bolt Throwers come in, but the Dwarven Flamethrowers just roaring into them. And also, Arrow has this mean core of a Thane and a Lord. And the 2 Flamespire Phoenixes, I mean, yeah, they should have been cycle charging earlier, going after the hammer teams, because it's going to be so hard to break the leadership of those elite Dwarven hammers. And you can see the entire High Elf army here pretty much just getting buckled off. So we'll look around, make sure he's out of ammo here. So I'll go ahead and tell him that he does need to attack. Probably going to want to get the Shadow Warriors in, so just give them an attack order. But it looks like the birds are coming in as well. And he has things aside from single entities. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens here. So yeah, it looks like he's jumping into combat, which is good. And now the hammer teams are going to be circling. I mean, if you could snipe the Dwarf Lords maybe, and get like some really OP healing, because like I said, the Flamespire Phoenixes have the Rebirth ability, which is so strong. And the Flamethrowers aren't going to do anything also. It's going to be pretty weak sauce here. Because the birds do have massive fire resist as well. One of the birds trying to get back. I think the Shadow Warriors have been given orders to come in. Yeah, the Archers and Shadow Warriors do have attack orders here, so that should be fine for the birds pulling back. And yeah, I mean, just sitting in combat here with the Princess plus the Flamespire Phoenix, but Aerocrastic's angry Dwarven horde of the hammers. Just hammering these birds. A lot of HP going down very rapidly there. And the Bounce Power is getting more and more in the favor of the Dawi as the Lord, as well as the Flamespire Phoenix are getting beaten up. But here, oh, this is good. He's getting the Flamespire bombing run, so now the Flamespire Phoenix is coming over the top, and oh man, he didn't get the healing on that one. Oh, that's so rough. Yeah, and he got a couple decent bombing runs, but for the most part, I think this game's over. The Iron Drakes with the Flamethrowers shooting into the Shadow Warriors here. And man, Aerocrastic pulling it out with the Dawi Autogen. Getting double Hammer Team, getting double Flamethrowers. That was a pretty memey game. Like seeing the application of the 95% resistance against the Iron Drakes. Like the Phoenixes couldn't do too much. Arrow had a really good pick though with the Dwarves. Yeah. Which, you know, in normal meta, that would be terrible to pick Dwarves into High Elves, but maybe here it's not so bad. Because they can't like bring all the chariots like willingly, right? So Arrow's going to win the first series 2-0. And he will advance on. So let's go ahead and update the bracket. It's going to be Aerocrastic moving on to the grand finals. And now we have Hadries versus Zach B. Sane in our second best of 3. GG, well played. Arrow in finals. Well played, Bilbo. So let's hear a big round of applause for Bilbo. A great game indeed. Arrow says 2 Phoenixes. That was pretty unfortunate. Yeah. That was really fun, though. That was a really fun game. I had a blast with that one. See you. Well played. Arrow played a good game, though. I think that game was winnable by either player. I just think Bilbo had to be more careful with his chariot in the beginning. So now we have Hadries and Zach B. Sane. So let me go ahead and tag them in the Discord and get those bad boys in here. All right. Very good. We'll get some invites going out, and we should be all fine, and then I'll hang out with you guys until they're ready. I'm just scrolling up trying to find them on my friends list. I wish there was a search feature, like when you're trying to invite people. There's Zach, and now Hadries. I don't think he's playing under a fake name right now. No, he's not. Okay. Very good. Invites have been sent. Ah, Mr. Got it. All right, so we had a couple donations during that. Thank you guys so much. So Adam V donated saying, I keep missing the start of these. Yeah, well, you can go back and check it out. You didn't miss too much. You only missed one round of games. You still have another best of 3 and a best of 5. And Jared Bretto, dude, thank you so much. $50, super generous. Love the AutoGen tournaments. Hope to see these more. They're super fun, honestly. I think it's one of my favorite new formats here on the channel, Jared. But again, really appreciate your support. Mr. Ooh says, first AutoGen army, always the same? Just launch the game? Are you saying the first army you AutoGen is always the same? Just launch the game and get the same chevrons to harm you as High Elves. Interesting. I'll have to look into that. I'll tell the players to roll their armies twice, just to avoid that. And then from Blue and Samuel Christensen, thank you guys as well. Glad you guys are enjoying the streams. Hey, so apparently the first army is often the same. So for AutoGen, roll twice, please. So we're going to have the players roll twice for their AutoGens. Andrew says, General Zach B. Sane, you're a bold one. I don't think I missed anything. I think we got them all. Yeah, Mr. Ooze saying the first AutoGen armies are always the same. Yeah, so we're going to change that. If you guys have tested it, and it seems to be the case. I got it, Keller, and no worries. Too Frosty says, hey, this is the first time I've ever made it to your live stream. Feels good. Much love. Turin, you're one of my favorites. Thank you, man. Right back at you, dude. Hadries first. So Hadries is going to do his pick and bans. We'll be on the... let's do the Bloodfire Falls or something stupid like that. We'll do... I don't know. Let me think of the map. The Tomb is fine. Tomb is a really good map. All right, so let's go ahead and load back to the battle screen here. We just need to update the scorecard. So let me just get their army set first. And they're going to be rolling twice. So the reason why I'm not using the ECL intro right now, you know, the one that has like the music video with the Doom soundtrack, is because I actually did it on a couple live streams and YouTube flagged it for some reason as like copyright. I don't know why. Because usually game soundtracks are totally fair play. But yeah, anyways, so that's why I'm not doing that right now. So Hadries is going Norska and banning Greenskins and Dark Elves. Hadries roll. Remember twice. So now Hadries will do his army. And Zach is going Lizardmen. So we have Lizardmen versus Norska here. So he's going to AutoGen his army here. And we're going to go ahead and watch. Okay, perfect. So we got it twice. All right, so we got his army. Zach got his army as well. You see, the Lizardmen have blessed units. So that's pretty freaking strong. Oh my god. All right, perfect. So yeah, their armies are both set. So let me go ahead and update the scorecards to reflect their names, and then we'll get it going here. Hadries is going to be on the left here. Yeah, like, because in AutoGen we allow the campaign units because it's just so funny. And some of them are balanced, some of them are not. It's kind of the Wild West. Zach B. Sane is on this side. All right, perfect. So yeah, to avoid getting the same armies on AutoGen, we're doing it twice now. Yes. All right, so here we go. So Hadri's is going to request his reroll. So Hadri's got Wulfric. Yes, I did. So Hadri's got Wulfric, a Skinwolf Werekin, but he decided to use a reroll, and now he got his army. You're good. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. So Hadri's with his reroll got Wulfric. You got a Shaman, Sorcerer, Fire, Berserker front line with the champion. 2 Marauder Icewolf Chariots, like, you know, what is this, a Firecaster? Honestly, this army really isn't bad. I mean, my only concern is there's not much in the army that can kill the big dinos, but we'll see what Zach got. So for Zach's army, he got Mazda Mundi. It looks like it's going to be standard Mazda. Yes. You can remove spells and buy items / chevs. No mounts. Yeah, because you got to take the mount you roll. Yeah. That kind of gives away partially what he got. But anyways, so he got Lord Mazda Mundi. He got some Blessed Saurus. He got a Blessed Temple Guard, Blessed Skinks, Blessed Skink Skirmishers, and he also got a Stegodon. So thankfully for Hadri's, like, he didn't get like that many big dinos. He just got 1 Stegodon, which Hadri's should be able to deal with. I mean, what does he have to deal with that? Yeah, the Marauder Horsemasters might be able to bring him down eventually. It depends on what Wulfric is mounted on. I think Wulfric's on a horse as well. And yeah, a lot of blessed units. So the players are going to just do their final tweaks here to the army. Yeah, Adam V, I think we'll do something like that eventually. Kelleran, thanks for hyping up the stream, man. You got to get in there with your old Chaos Autogen. Oh my god, Ant-Man, that takes me back. We'll probably close out today's stream with an FFA between all the players as well, because we did that last time and it was super fun. So I think we might do that. Yeah. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. So Hadri's did use his 1 reroll, and he got a much better army, like much better. He got a caster, he got a good front line, he got some things to clear out Saurus with the Marauder Icewolf Chariots, some anti-large. Well, not dedicated anti-large, but his army, like, way, way better. Start when ready. Hadri's is like, I doth elect to use my reroll now. Yeah, getting a Firecaster. Firecaster isn't insane against dinos. I mean, Burning Head can still do okay against Saurus if you overcast it. Flaming Sword of Ruin is useful for just additional damage across the board in your front line. So there's some tools here that Hadri's got that are quite nice. So like I said, players can cut the magic and use the chevrons on different units, and they can also buy items. So for example, if Hadri's wanted to, he could cut a couple fire spells and buy like the Sword of Torgald, which is an item Wulfric has. So I think it makes the event a little bit more fluid. And plus, like, if you don't allow that, then you never see items, which is kind of lame. Charon says, you always make me want to try PvP, but I'm scared. Oh, Charon, don't worry, dude. Everyone gets whooped at first. I get whooped often, and I've been playing forever. It's fun. You know, just join our Discord community, and there's a lot of good people to play with in there. You know, I've started playing Chaos again, Ant-Man. Yeah, I've started playing Chaos in multiplayer. Hey, yeah, Wicked. Dude, I agree, Wicked. And I did see your messages, Wicked. Thank you. I'll check that out after the stream, bud. And yeah, Hadri's will struggle with the Stegodon, but his infantry army is pretty good. And also, Zach B. Sane does have a bunch of Blessed infantry because, again, Norska has that too. Norska has the Great Maherd. They have the Iceforged Legion. They have a couple of unique units from campaign that they can get. But nonetheless, yeah. I'm thinking about, like, so today we're kind of testing and kind of play testing some new rules for this, but I do want to make this a regular series that we do at least once or twice a week on the channel. So I'm thinking that we maybe, like, we'll allow players to, like, roll like up to 4 times to get an army, or 5 times even. I don't know. We're just testing today the Mulligan reroll just a single time because it is kind of funny when they get stuck with a really bad army and they have to try and make it work. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll do some get some feedback after the stream and we'll play it by ear. All right. So the battle soon to be underway. Soon, brothers. Soon. We're having some fun. Gold Chevron Marauder champs with great weapons going to be key. Yeah. Yeah, because there's a lot of Temple Guard. And even Saurus themselves have okay armor, so having the extra AP against them doesn't hurt. Wicked D in chat saying infantry fight is usually a good call versus Lizardmen since you can isolate the big boys. Yeah, clear out the Dino infantry. It's going to be tough, though, since those are Blessed units. It's like, those units are very strong. I really want to see a Norskin player get the Iceforged Legion in Autogen. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do some testing after this is over and see, like, if you can actually get those units. It seems like the other factions can get the Blessed ones, so I don't see why Norska couldn't. Anyways, you guys have seen Hadri's army. Very mean front line of Berserkers and Champions. A couple Chariots are going to be super important here. These guys actually have a pretty good bonus for his infantry and Frostbite. A couple Horsemasters to throw at the big dinos as well. It's a good army, honestly. It's really not bad. Now for the forces of Zach B. Sane, it's got some Blessed Chameleon Skinks, so basically they're just better chameleons. It does also some Blessed Skink Skirmishers and some chameleons over here. Front line is going to be Saurus Warriors, Temple Guard. Some of the Saurus are blessed. And it looks like a Stegodon here. Mazda Mundi is going to be quite solid. I mean, Mazda Mundi is one of the best casters in the game, so getting him is really, really nice. Apotheosis will be very useful on the Stegodon, healing the big Dino Boy. And Palhawks' Sentinels as well. It's a good Dino army. I mean, honestly, both players have good armies. Yeah. Even one reroll is an insult. The thing is there's a theory going around now that sometimes when you autogen your first army, it's like oftentimes the same army. So I don't want to have people getting the same autogen armies on stream. So now what we do is we have them roll twice just to be safe. Yes, Evil Couch Potato, it is time. Honestly, Hadri's army isn't bad. Neither is Zach's. Zach Busane says, let's just say I really hope there aren't 4 ice hell cannons across from me right now. Yeah, because the Ice Forged Legion is one of the campaign units. God, that would be so funny. And Hadri's did use his reroll, so he rolled 3 armies, obviously, in accordance with our rules here. And he didn't get any of the campaign units in any of those. Yeah, I think 1 reroll's fine. I mean, these 2 autogen armies aren't bad. We saw some terrible ones in the first game. I think the worst one that we've seen today was what Bilbo got. Bilbo got like this Vampire Coast army that was like the only infantry were depth guard and 2 of them were polearms. It was horrible. It was just horrible. Yeah, Vampire Coast seems to have some struggles with the rerolls, to say the least. So we got Wulfric over here, the Wandering Man. He does have the Sword of Torgald, so Hadri's was able to get that. Wulfric, you know, could potentially take out Mazda plus the Skink Chief. The Skink Skirmishers will also be very good against Berserkers. That's pretty unfortunate for Hadri's. Does he have any champions with shields? It looks like he does. He's probably going to want to get those guys in front of the Skinks before he takes the main fight. He's got some champs with great weapons on the far side, a chariot on each side. And good luck, have fun. So the battle is underway, guys. Let the games begin. Let the games begin. Yeah, Kitsek 94, those are actually our current rules. So we let them roll twice to avoid getting the same army. And then on this, the second roll is what they get. And then after that, they get 1 reroll. So the Ice Wolf Chariot's going in pretty hard. This is a very balls deep play, but he is going to run over some Skinks here. But the Palhawks Sentinels might actually attack. Wow, look at the damage that Chariot's doing. Hadri's just going ham with this freaking Chariot. Look at it. Oh my god, and Zach's Skinks just getting wrecked. I really did not expect the Ice Wolf Chariot to do that much damage, but it seems to be carrying pretty hard here in the early game. And honestly, Zach might even lose a couple of these Skinks and just get them routed off. And also on that same note, Hadri's does have some pretty good answers with the Marauder Horsemasters against the Palhawks Sentinels, so he can cause some problems. Norscan Warhounds pushing in, just trying to harass, not really committing too heavily. But yeah, some of the Blessed Chameleon Skinks are already offline, and the Marauder Ice Wolf Chariot is on the hunt. But a really nice net of damage talk coming down from Zach B. Sane. He does net down the Marauder Ice Wolf Chariot and is going to be sending in Temple Guard. So one of the Ice Wolf Chariots probably is going to be going down here, or at the very least taking some massive damage. The Wolves are able to get back, not too bad, and Wulfric is now coming in, and the Norscan front line pressing in. So far, even trading from both players. I think Zach B. Sane did a really good job netting down the Marauder Ice Wolf Chariot, and it looks like it only has 1 model left, so pretty much a non-factor. But now we have the Berserkers in the front line. Berserkers versus Blessed Temple Guard. The Temple Guard will win this for sure. They have some OP abilities. The War Drum of Zwatek and, yeah, just all sorts of stuff. They're actually weak to fire, which is really interesting. I don't know why they would be. That's a very strange thing. Anyways, Wulfric going to be dropping Seafang. Nice Seafang right there by Hadri's, going through the whole lot of Lizardmen troops. A little bit of a friendly fire on Marauder champions, but for the most part, it hit those Blessed Saurus pretty good. Wulfric has also popped the Sword of Torgald, and he's getting in there and doing some decent damage to the Stegodon, actually. The Marauder Horsemasters with their steady fire, even though they don't have the best AP, it still does add up. Now, currently, this game is very even. The elite Lizardmen troops holding firm. A nice fireball going into Mazda, but it didn't do too much damage. Maybe should have used the fireball on the Skink Chief or something. And the Stegodon's actually going down really quickly. The Marauder Horsemasters had about 60% ammo, have done some good work. Ruination of Cities, a bit of a whiff, unfortunately. And it seems like Norscan infantry across the lines are doing okay. And Hadri's did also pull in some of the Norscan Warhounds and actually rear charge the Blessed Temple Guard, just trying to get as much damage as he possibly can. So the Ice Wolf Chariot is coming back in. Nice banishment from Mazda. So Zach B. Sane got a nice banishment on those great weapons there, which is super clutch. If you can get rid of the great weapons, that would be really nice for the Temple Guard as the game does progress. But nonetheless, the Stegodon getting lower and lower. Currently, the bounce of power is slightly favored for the Dinos, I think. The Blessed Infantry and the Temple Guard and all these other troops are holding really firm. Temple Guard have great defensive stats against Berserkers. And a Fireball up in the sky does take out one of the Palhawks' Sentinels, but Norsca is also collapsing this flank pretty hard. Wulfric's pushing in, Temple Guard are still confident, but you can see here the Blessed Saurus spears are broken off, and now the Dinos are kind of falling back, and getting in a very defensive position. But yeah, you can see the Blessed Tsars here and these Temple Guard able to win their fights respectively. That's pretty tricky, and you can see the balance is now going more and more into the favor of the Dinos. It seems like, yeah, Wolfric's very low too. Yeah, Wolfric got trapped amongst Temple Guard. That's probably why the reason why the bounce power is like it is. Wolfric getting that low. I mean, nothing was really hitting him aside from Arcane and Forging and maybe a little bit of that Temple Guard action. I mean, Norska still does have its skirmishers, and you can see here the Stegodon is very, very low for sure. Has about 2,000 HP, which is still a lot. That's just a testament to how truly tough those beasts are. The Firecaster trapped in combat with Blessed Saurus. That's a pretty horrible situation for him. 30 armor against like these elite Saurus with great combat stats. That's going to be a really bad situation. I don't know if Hadri's is going to be able to pull this one out. It looks like Zach B. Sane's Dino army very, very solid here and very, very durable. The Stegodon here. I think Dinos have really good autogen because they get, I mean, the dinosaur units are really good if your opponent can't prepare for them. Something to think about. Hadri's had a really good start though. He was able to get the chariots and really punish the skinks. Like the skinks were almost a non-factor this game. They didn't really do anything. Good ice or good wolf play here in the back, but it is going to be army losses, and Zach B. Sane is going to be claiming victory. And Hadri says, "Damn, forgot that blessed units are so good." Yeah, they're pretty strong, dude. They're pretty strong, but had Hadri's gotten the Ice Forged Legion, that would have been a quick GG, I think, for him. Oh man, Banishment. I do not believe it hits air units now. And I think the Brutes of the Hound are the last unit fighting. So I think somebody needs to pick Empire, because Empire has all those campaign units that are really good. And in Autogen, yeah, you can see all the Blessed Lizard units are so nasty. Oh, man. All right, so that's game one. It's going to be game one going to Zach B. Sane in this best of three. And now Hadri's. You got to pick wisely here, guys. Calamar, you're very welcome for the stream, dude. We will do the Eastern Straits Glacial Lake. Yes. The Blessed Saurus Spheres just have more HP. All right, guys. Saurus with perfect vigor. Oof. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Blessed Saurus are insane. They're really good in campaign. But the Blessed Warriors have perfect vigor. It's pretty foul for sure. But the Temple Guard were really the problem. There wasn't too much to kill the Temple Guard except for the great weapons. And I think Zach knew that and just took them out really quickly. Empire has really good campaign units. Empire has really good ones. Vampire counts, it's really funny. If you actually go Vampire counts, you can get Sylvanian handgunners, which is pretty good. But even the old ones determining the spawning pools know Saurus Spears are a bad unit, says Zach. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, Tomb Kings are really good too, because Tomb Kings have campaign units. Yes, remember, many factions have great camp units. Cough, Empire, Tomb King. Yeah, we'll see what they pick. Yeah, the Blessed Spears are quite nasty. We'll see what Zach picks. I think Zach plays Empire. With Greenskins, what can you get in campaign? I think Greenskins can get... Like, there's a campaign squig that I think is different. I can't remember. And then there's, like, spider hatchlings. Empire are hit and miss, says Hadri. Some are bad, some are good. Yeah, it's a bit of a hit and miss. So, Zach pick. All right, so Zach is going to pick and do his bands now. Hey, Slater, I'm glad you've liked as many times as YouTube will allow you, but... Yeah, Blessed Carnosaurs would be really funny. Oh my god, and the Skaven? Skaven are disgusting, too. Okay, wow, Zach is picking Bretonnia. What? Okay, and he's got his army. That is a lot of mounted yeomen. Oh my god. You have one reroll. Look at this army, guys. Oh, it's so gross. 4 mounted yeomen. Oh god, it's foul. And look at all these knights here. Hadri's is going chaos. Oh yeah, we got chaos versus. So Hadri's. Do I get to know his faction before? Yes, he's chaos. You do. So you can wait and see what they get before you use your reroll. So Zach is going to reroll. And, oh, that's much better. You got Alberic, you got a Lifecaster, some Pegasus Knights, a Trebuchet. Although there's like no AP in this army. That's the only concern. All right. At least he got a caster that time, though. And no, there's no like yeoman units, so it's not like as jankety. Go, Hadri's. All right. So Zach used his reroll in this best of 3. And now it's time for Hadri's. Remember, 2 base rolls to avoid same armies. So now Hadri's is here. You can tell he's probably has his mouse hanging over Chaos. Chaos doesn't have any fun campaign units, is the only downside, but neither factions do, so. Yeah, and it's funny because some of the campaign units are actually very bad, too. Oh, yeah. That is a decent army. Wow. So he got Sartorial. He got Forsaken, Great Weapons, double frickin' Hell Cannon. Oh, yeah. This is going to be great. Adri says perfect. He says perfect. Oh, yeah. This is so good. Guys, double Hell Cannon, baby. Double Hell Cannon. Bretonia autogens are just normal armies, says Arrow. Hey, what's up, Jesse? How you doing, man? Jesse McCree. The Blessed Carno gets 90 speed and 50% magic resist. Dude, that's so OP. Oh my god. I'm glad you like that format, Hannah. It's really fun. So Hadri's got double Hell Cannon. He did get some trolls, and you know, he's got some stuff. He's got Warp Chicken as well, so he's cutting the spells and spending the chevrons as he's allowed to do. And for Bretonia, he got Alberic, a Life Caster, some Peasant Archers. Honestly, I think either player can win this. The double Hell Cannon is a lot of that army, and the Pegasus Knights will wreck the Trolls. They'll wreck the Manticore. You know, now that I look at the armies, I feel like Hadri's might be in a little bit of trouble. Like, double Pegasus Knights up in the sky will kill that Manticore so quick. But it's a really small map, so Hadri's can rush and just try and get the Manticore in combat on the ground. Forsaken will wreck the infantry pretty hard here. Yeah, I don't know. It's something. Yeah, you can see Hadri's is spending the chevrons on the Forsaken. Yeah. Yeah, Zach has the advantage, I think, because the Pegasus Knights are going to kill that Manticore. They're really good against Trolls, and honestly not terrible against Big Bird. Plus, like, Hadri's is going to have to leave something to defend the Soul of Damnation and the Hell Cannons with the Pegasus Knights flying around. I don't know, Hadri's... The Chaos Gods perhaps laugh in his face today. Oh no! I think Zach may have disconnected. Oh, it's fine. Well, you know what? He had the advantage, so we'll just make Zach reroll. Stand by. Let's check. Hey, Will Lorenz! Thanks for Bretonia. So, double Hell Cannon is decent anti-air. I suppose it is. They kind of do have heat-seeking. So let me go ahead and check and see where Zach is. Yeah, he's reconnecting. OP. Auto-gen again twice. So yeah, he disconnected, which is fine. I was tapping my hand to a song and accidentally hit escape. It's totally fine. So we'll just auto-gen him twice. Because he, honestly, Zach had the better army. So this one looks okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think his first army was better. Because now he has no caster. Yeah, I mean, it's his punishment, right? For disconnecting, he gets a worse army. Because now, like, you know, all these troops here, these men-at-arms with polearms are going to get Hell Cannon. He's like, oof. Oh, my God. So much worse, too, he says. Yeah, dude, your army. That's what you get, bro, for hitting the escape button. The Chaos Gods were laughing in this autogen, and they laughed at Zach. And made him hit his escape button. All right. Start when ready. So Zach, his reroll is wasted, and he's stuck on this haggard Bretonian army. Oh my god. Now he has Foot Barrack. He had a Life Caster, he had Alberic, he had like double Pegasus Knight. He had so much good stuff before, and now he's just like straight up like a bunch of haggard polearms against Forsaken. He might win it. I mean, his cav play, he's got 5 Knights Errant. He's got 2 Knights of the Realm, which aren't bad. But Hadri's can now like sit and just like defend his Hell Cannons. Like, and just, I think the Hell Cannons are just going to pound that Bretonian army to dust. Although Glacial Lake is a really small map, so I don't know, maybe it won't be as bad. That's pretty freaking funny, actually. The Chaos Gods intervening. Zeech works in mysterious ways. Yes, he does. The biggest mistake in his life, says Albert. Yes, perhaps so. This one will surpass all of his mistakes in his life, I'm sure. So yeah, like the thing is like his whole front line's polearms. Granted, you know, Knights of the Realm, and if Zach can still win this, guys. All right, let's be real here. If Zach has really good micro with his cav and like cycle charges and hammers all the Chaos Infantry, I mean, that could be really foul. For Sartorial, we have Final Transmutation and Plague of Rust, and there is no caster for Bretonia. We have Foot Barrack, And we have a foot paladin. Look at Alberic, the mighty Alberic wielding his trident. Yeah, Arrow, it's I agree. I think the Bretonnian army can win, but it's going to be, like, his micro is going to have to be so good. Hey, Reed Tackman, thank you so much for the $3.99, dude. I will gladly accept that compliment, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, Forsaken get wrecked by Cav really hard. We have Zero in here, our resident Chaos player here in the community, telling us what's up. They are Gold Chevron Forsaken, though. They're no mere Forsaken. Yeah, but this is a great... Oh, this is so good for Hadri's. Hadri's could just get the Hell Cannons and, like, use this choke here. Oh. But, you know, honestly, Hadri's doesn't have too much against the Cav, really. Pegasus Knights are being vanguarded behind his army. The Manticore... I don't know what the Manticore is going to do. I mean, at least there's only one Pegasus Knight now, so the Manticore, well, will lose to the Pegasus Knights, but at least it can, like, take out some models and fight back. Like, 2 of them would just zerg it. Just as Zinch planned. Foot Barrack feels bad, man. It does feel really bad. Oh my god. Just haggard Foot Barrack up in this hoe. Yeah, we'll see. I love the double Hell Cannon. Hell Cannons are one of my favorite units to use with Chaos. They're just so much fun. I often lose because I pick them, but... yeah, Zach's ready. Good luck, have fun. Like, this is going to stretch Zach's micro to the limit. I mean, god, Bretonnia's already a micro-intensive army, but with this many Cav, like, having to cycle charge. But, I mean, Knights of the Realm are good against Trolls. You know, Knights Errant can wreck Forsaken. There are a couple durable troops. He does have Chaos Warriors, Great Weapons, and also Mirror Guard here, so he's got a good front line also. And to the back, what does he have? Chaos Marauders defending the Hell Cannon, yeah? I would probably leave the Trolls back here too. Like, have the Trolls stand on top of the Hell Cannons and defend. Oh my god, I wish I could, like, see their faces, like, as they discover each other's armies. Yeah, the Trebuchet was super clutch. Like, Zach's last army was really strong. He had a huge advantage, I think. But you know what? I'm happy it worked out this way because it gives us a better chance for a game 3. Hadri's going to be dropping those Hell Cannon shots. I wonder what he's going to target. Probably, I mean, the polearms, I guess, because they're bunched up. Let's go ahead and watch. Anyways, in the back, we do have the Mounted Yeoman coming in. It looks like the Yeoman going to be going for a charge right into the Chaos Warhounds of Hadri's, and Hadri's doesn't see it, actually. So those Warhounds might just get wrecked by the Mounted Yeoman, which is something you don't hear terribly often. Hell Cannon shots screaming into the lines, going after Knights Errant and polearms, it looks like. Pretty good contact right there on those guys. Now in the back, though, look at this. The Pegasus Knights and Yeoman ambush. This could cost Hadri's the game if he's not careful. His Forsaken definitely should have just ran back there, but yeah, he's got to be careful and make sure his Hell Cannons are online. I mean, those Hounds, yeah, they're not done yet. They're going to come back and still be somewhat useful, but yeah, the Hell Cannon, the Manticore is going for it, trying to intercept the Pegasus Knights up in the sky. I wonder if Hadri's is going to use some magic on those guys. It looks like he does actually opt to use a Plague of Rust, which is interesting. But really just got to make sure to protect those Hell Cannons. That's like the most important thing. And the Hell Cannon's raining some hot fire. The Bretonnian army, the Knights Errant really getting pounded pretty hard, actually. Hell Cannons are surprisingly accurate. They have like a heat-seeking kind of homing effect. Yeah, you can see a couple more Knights Errant getting taken out there. And in the back, the Manticore's putting up an okay fight. Pegasus Knights will, of course, win that, but yeah, the Manticore's just got to try and do as much damage as it can. And Warp Chicken and Forsaken trying to cut off the Mounted Yeoman of Zach, but Zach is able to get those guys away. Hell Cannons, like I said, though, still doing some massive damage. What are they shooting now? It looks like, again, he's just focusing down the Knights. I think Hadri's knows that the polearms aren't really a threat, so if he could just take out the Cav units, that's going to be super clutch. So here comes some Mounted Yeomen screaming for the Hell Cannon, but the Trolls are able to intercept. Zach with some really good control. Able to actually weave through his defenses and get on the Hell Cannon. And what is happening here? Is this Manticore defeating these Pegasus Knights? What? That is really strange. Oh my god, and they get terrified. How did that Manticore win that? No way, there must have been something else. There must have been like some final transmutation or something used and I just missed it. Like, Pegasus Knights should defeat a Manticore, but the Manticore actually terrifies them off the battlefield. Oh no, they come back at the last second. Okay, might still have a chance. Anyways, Zach's Mounted Yeoman here do get taken out, and now comes the Cav charge. The Hell Cannon's still pounding into this Bretonnian army, and the bounce of power is, I don't know why, it's actually a little bit, it looks like Bretonnian favored. Is this Hell Cannon still going? It is. The other Hell Cannon's still shooting as well, and Big Bird's getting in the front line. Nasty Hell Cannon shot into those Men-at-Arms with polearms here. Oh, and the Hell Cannon is taken out! It's taken out! The Mounted Yeoman archers picked it off! What? How did that Hell Cannon go down? Was it just that fire from the Mounted Yeoman? What is happening? The Manticore defeats Pegasus Knights, Mounted Yeoman archers kill a Hell Cannon. I feel like there's some hacks going on here, guys. Nonetheless, Arthuriel's coming in here, looking to get a big blob fight, and this is a good blob here. He could probably use his final transmutation here and get some good value, like hit the Paladin with it, and then, you know, accrue value elsewhere. Although the Hell Cannon is shut down once again. Seems like Hadri's is having a lot of problems defending his Hell Cannons, and I think this one's pretty much going to be down for the count. Although some of those guys do get forced back. The Royal Pegasus Knights were pushed off the map. Honestly, though, it's looking okay for Bretonnia. Yeah, the Final Transmutation could be the carry here, but I think Bretonia's going to win this. Like, with the Hell Cannons being offline, those things are really valuable. You can see the mighty Chaos Dwarves of Hadri's are being sent into combat here. Zach doing a really good job with his cav, actually. Really just bouncing from unit to unit and getting value where he can. But the Chaos Warriors, of course, very, very strong in the front line. Final Transmutation could be the X factor here. Forsaken or Breaking, no surprise there. They're a pretty janky unit. And the Hell Cannon is finally back online for Hadri's, which I think is going to be his lifeline here. Oh, it gets knocked off once again. There's only 2 crew members now. The Manticore was able to chase off those Pegasus Knights. But Big Bird needs to do something. I mean, the Chaos Forces are looking really thin across the map, and Chaos Trolls are going to be chased off. Looks like Zach Bisane is going to be able to get the Mounted Yeoman Archers and go after those Chaos Trolls. Yeah, this is a pretty wild fight. But Chaos is looking pretty bare bones. I can't believe Foot Barrack. Oh, guys, and look at this. The heroic Foot Barrack coming in with his trident to take down the mighty Demon of Tzeentch. And yeah, with what I would say is a worse army. Zach's first army was way, way better. But he's been able to get the Hell Cannons, which is the main thing, right? I don't know, maybe Hadrian should have put the Hell Cannons like right up against his choke here. And like really tried to defend them there. Bretonnia had a lot of swarming though. Yes, GHORST is not a bad campaign unit. Somebody in chat talking about Helming GHORST. In campaign, he's not bad, for sure. It's just in multiplayer that he sucks. I agree. Chaos has a small chance. I mean, if they can turtle up on their infantry, maybe pull the Mirror Guard over here, get the big terror routes, get the Manticore, you know, the Final Transmutation. I'm sure Hadri's is saving one of those for the back pocket. But yeah, staying like tight in a blob is the way to win right now. And the Hell Cannon, I mean, yeah, it doesn't have enough crew members. Hadri's could stand next to the Hell Cannon and use it as like a roadblock. There's a big, ugly Bretonian blob over here, too. Chaos might still have a chance here. Terror routes are pretty powerful, for sure. And the Mirror Guard are still holding firm, but not for much longer. They're at 0 leadership 9. They might be able to stabilize here, but yeah, Hadri's is going to have a big old Final Transmutation to win this, like a huge one. And I think this is his best opportunity. I mean, he must have the Winds of Magic. Arcane Conduits popped. Bretonian Knights hammering into the advancing Chaos Forces once again. And the Mirror Guard, it looks like they are broken. So now all he has are some Chaos Warriors with great weapons. He does have a Manticore still, which if you can keep that alive, it's a nice source of terror. The Bretonian army's very beat up, but yeah, Foot Barrack, I think, the mighty Foot Barrack is OP. Yes, I agree. What can man do against Alberic on foot? I mean, I guess he can kill Big Bird. That's certainly one of his strengths. So here the Knights Errant do break. Balance of Power is looking very heavily favored for Bretonnia. There are still some Chaos Warriors. Hell Cannon crews doing their thing, but where's that Final Transmutation? I mean, Hadri's being very patient, but he's got to use it quick or else he's going to get slapped with army losses. He must not have the wins for it. Maybe he was using like Plague of Rusts all game, and we just didn't notice it. Yeah, it's looking like that's going to be a Bretonian victory. I can't believe that Bretonian army won. I think here it comes. This is going to be the Final Transmutation, but I think it's too little too late. He hits a lot. He was waiting for an overcasted. Yeah, he was waiting for the overcast. But now there's nothing left is the problem. So I certainly understand waiting for the overcasted variant, but I don't know if Big Bird can carry this. I don't think so. I mean, he's pretty strong, obviously getting terror routes here and there against the Knights. And the Bretonian army is like more or less in shambles, but the thing about the Bretonian army is they do have a Grail piece, and this is this haggard Bretonian Knight. Look at Foot Barrack leading the charge. That's so epic. With his trident against the Tzeentch demon and just like the Grail piece just running along with him. Oh my god, that's so freaking funny. That is so funny. And don't worry, guys, I will check all the messages and donations as soon as this game is over here. Oh my god. I can't believe this freaking game. GG. Honestly, though, even though Hadri's... I think Hadri's army could have won that. Yeah, it was hard, though, because all the cav, but... I don't know. The Hell Cannons taken offline early was really rough. Like, because that was his win condition. Foot Barrack is Fear of Foot Barrack. That was a lot of stuff for sure. All right. So we have 2 donations coming in from JR. Thank you so much, JR. We got a $5. He says Tzeentch wills it, and then another $5 that says Tzeentch wills it once again. So apparently, according to our friend JR here in chat, Tzeentch really wills this game. Yes. The Knights of Bretonnia charge again. Warp Chicken tried his best. He did. GG. And now, Aerocrastic, if you're in chat, let's get you in here. We'll update the scorecards. Let's do that first. Zach's already here, so it's pretty straightforward. Now, this is a best of 5. And we have Aerocrastic. All right. So our grand finals. Aero versus Zach Bisane. Today's faction war. Not faction war, autogen war. Yes. Let's go ahead and get Arrow an invite. I'm sure you can see the lobby. He's probably on his way right now. Well played to Hadries. It was quite a ferocious fight indeed. The gods were not on your side today, though. Is it QSA Aerocrastic, or is he just Aerocrastic? Oh, no, he's playing under a different name right now. What is his name? Yeah, okay, he's here anyways. Doesn't matter. Galbaraz. Arrow starts. So Aerocrastic is going to be starting with the picks and bans. Single ban. And 2 rerolls in all games. So they have 2 rerolls in the best of 5. Looks good. Let's go ahead and update the bracket. And Zach Busane shall be advancing on to the finals to face Aerocrastic. And now we are back. So Aerocrastic goes Empire with no bans. All right. So we see Aerocrastic's army. He got Karl Franz on foot, Empire Captain, Swords of Ulrich, Eldred's Guard, Nordland Mariners. He did also get the Karaberg Greatswords. He got a Hellstorm Rocket Battery, a Great Cannon, a War Wagon Mortar, Demogryph Knights, Reichsguard Knights, and Handgunners. So Zach is now going to be doing his pick. This is his army from before. So yeah, he got a lot of artillery, including a mortar wagon. So that's certainly something to write home about. Obviously, Alberic just gained the mighty virtue of empathy. Allows to field knights on foot and tabletop. Oh, I see, Alex. Hadries, man, you tried your best, dude. Zinch was not with you that day. Oh, and Zach is going with the mighty Greenskin Horde. So Greenskins and Autogen, I feel like, are really good. Like, he got this army isn't bad at all. Like, look at this. He got like 2 Black Orcs, he got archers, he got like cav, he got an artillery, like a caster. Honestly, guys, I think Zach has a huge advantage here, but if Arrow wins it, I'd be very impressed. Now, Arrow does, of course, have Karaberg Greatswords and some really powerful infantry. Hellstorm will be okay against Black Orcs. Aerocrastic says, sounds like what my brother is saying when he's talking to the family dog. That's pretty funny. Oh my god. Any rerolls or all good? Yep. They know to autogen twice, and they have. They both did autogen. Oh, Empire Army is the exact same as the last stream, is it? Arrow, did you auto twice? Yeah, we'll make sure he autos twice. So we auto twice base to avoid same armies. Apparently, yeah. So he did it again. Okay, it's fixed, guys. Thank you for that update. Good catch, guys. Yeah, so to avoid getting the same army, you have to autogen twice. That was the exact same emp as last stream. You're good now. All right. Can use reroll if wants. So Arrow, he got a General of the Empire, an Empire Captain. He got Karaberg Greatswords, Deathjacks, the Gunderman's Surefires, and a Luminarch of Heish. Yeah. So he only did it once because in the first round, I don't know if we knew that yet. So Arrow wasn't aware of that. Aerocrastic says, we do not reroll in the city of Chicago. Oh my god. And yeah, Zach rerolled twice as well. I believe. No, this actually looks like the same army. I think he just reorganized it. Yeah, I can't really tell, but it's fine. Oh, Zach Busane used his reroll. Okay. So Zach, with his reroll, honestly, this army is super strong. Like 2 Black Orcs, 3 Biggins, like Squig Herds for Empire Knights. Oh man, this Greenskin reroll is really strong. Aerocrastic says we do not reroll in the city of Chicago. I don't know. As far as the armies go, I think that Zach has a pretty big advantage. He got the Goblin Great Shapen again. He's putting the chevrons from his extra spells on the Squig Herds. Yeah, man, that's nasty stuff. Luminarchs are pretty brutal against Greenskins, potentially. Yes, they can one-shot the Lords. He rerolled. We haven't seen that exact Greenskin army. We saw something similar because most Greenskin autogens look really, the same. But Zach did reroll here, and he got a Goblin Great Shaman Biggins. Like, this looks like an army that could beat a good Empire army. If Arrow can win this, that's going to be quite the accomplishment. One of Zach's rerolls are gone though, but Arrow refuses to reroll. He's trying to send a message here. Zach's army definitely way better, but I mean, not to say that Arrow can't win it. Black Orcs and Biggins. Like, that's pretty brutal. Jesus. Yeah, he's tweaking some chevrons before the game starts. Remember, this is best of 5 here in the finals. Mr. 00Z. Mr. Ooze says, I will steal this greenskin army for my multiplayer games. Yeah, but the thing is, the Luminarch can be really nasty. Like, if that thing just like one-shots the Greenskin Lord, because it's a Goblin Great Shaman, so that could literally one-shot the Goblin Great Shaman. So Justin Lowe. So basically, both players, to get their initial autogen army, roll twice, and the second roll is their army, just to avoid getting... Apparently there's an issue with autogen armies where the first one you roll is often a repeat. So they re-roll, and on the second army, they can look at it, and then they have an option to use one reroll in a best of 3, and in a best of 5 series, they have 2 rerolls in total. So Zach did reroll his first army. He didn't like it, and he got a much better army. And Aerocrastic says he does not reroll in the city of Chicago. The Bretonian Chaos game was won by Bretonia. Yeah, Chaos didn't really have enough to defend its Hell Cannons. Yeah, they had like some Marauders and stuff, but... Aristodemus, I will leave that to you. And here we go. Thank you guys so much for joining for this Haggard Autogen tourney. For those of you guys arriving, we are in the grand finals. And the Goblin Great Shaman, does he have stock? I can't remember. He's not a Night Goblin. I don't think he has stock, guys. No, I don't think so. No, he doesn't. I mean, the Luminar could literally like almost one-shot him. So for Arrow's army, we have Death Jacks and we have the Gunnerman's Surefires. What do they even do? Where'd they go? Oh man, they have Vanguard? Handgunners with Vanguard deployment. Look at that. On top of that, just better stats, it looks like. Yeah, so Vanguarding Handgunners and the Death Jacks as well. We got Greatswords. We got Caribou Greatswords, who are going to prove to be pretty valuable here. A Templeoff Luminarch, an Empire Captain. And at least Arrow did get a mounted Lord. So he's got a General of the Empire here. He's going to be taking up refuge on the hill. And he's got Zintler's Reichsguard as well. So for the Greenskins, they basically got a ladder army. I mean, they got Archers, they got Black Orcs, they got Biggins, they got a Caster. Honestly, it's going to be really tough for Arrow to win this. Like, really, really tough. Yeah, you can get wrecked. Albert, though, we've had some close games. Like, the High Elf versus Dwarf game earlier was really, really close. That could have been won by either player. I think the Chaos Bretonia game, maybe. But I think it was, at first I thought it was favored for Chaos. And I thought Chaos had a decent chance when his man score defeated the Pegasus Knights. I was like, oh, that's really good, actually. But yeah, protecting the Hell Cannons against like 7 cav units when all you have is like Marauders in the back line is pretty rough. Are these stocking Hell Cannons too? Oh my god, they have stock and Vanguard. And their melee stats aren't bad either. 32, 28, 28. Oh my god, stocking Haggard Gunnerman's Surefires. That's so fun. Do you think with all the campaign units will be available to use in multiplayer? Yeah, it would be unfair. Because like, some factions have such a good range of them, and some just have like none, so yeah. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm re-rolled and ready. Good luck, have fun. It's really going to come down to the Templehof. The Templehof, but I mean, honestly, even if the Goblin dies, I feel like this Greenskin army will still win. It's so good. It's like 2 Black Orcs, you got Biggins, you got freaking backline harass with Wolf Riders. It like has everything. Yeah, exactly. When they both get really bad armies is when it shines. I agree. I don't know. We'll see. If Arrow can pull this off, that might surpass his accomplishment of beating Soothsayer in the Everchosen finals. If he wins with this freaking god-awful army. What does he have? I mean, he has 2 Greatswords at least. But no magic. It's just a Luminarch, so it's not the Templeoff Luminarch. It doesn't have a net. What does he have for cav? Okay, he's got 2 demis actually with lances. This is something that could be the MVP for Arrow. The demis with lances could potentially take out the Black Orcs and stuff. And really hammer the Greenskin formations. Arrow definitely should have used a reroll here. But, he's a champ. He's not doing it. I think Arrow has a chance. I think it's probably 70-30 for the Greenskins, but... Oh, and the Gunnerman's Surefire with the ambush. And the Templeoff Luminarch. Where's it going? Is it going to go for the Goblin? Here it comes. Oh, it's going for the Goblin. Can he juke it? Oh, the Goblin gets wrecked! Negative 84 leadership. Negative 4. Is he gonna... Oh my god, and the Goblin's broken. Arrow got it. He got the snipe. Oh my freaking god, that's so good. And now the Demogorgon Knights are screening out the Wolf Riders. And I would imagine that the Luminarch of Heish is just going to start shooting at the the Black Orcs. Arrow with the Luminarch play. Here it comes. Going into the Black Orcs, I would imagine. Yeah, and it takes out a couple models. I mean, it's still something. If that Goblin comes back to the battle, it's going to be rough. So Zentler's Reichsguard pretty much getting freebies, just riding down Night Goblins. But the Black Orcs are coming, and the Gunnerman's Surefire are shooting into the Black Orcs here. And honestly, Arrow's doing a really good job so far. He pushed back the Lord. The Demogryph Knights are going to be great here. They're going to hammer into this position and then simply pull back and just get some free cycle charging. Night Goblins have been broken. And Arrow's doing pretty much as good as he could be right now. And now... Ooh, man, those Black Orcs got wrecked! Did you see that? Yeah, but the Greatswords here are going to have a really bad time. There are some spears supporting, and the Wa is indeed down, so now the Greenskin army is going to be pretty sauced. Zentler's Reichsguard charging into the front line. Arrow doing everything he can to try and hold this position. The Caribur Greatswords should be nearby. It looks like they're in reserve. So these Greatswords are actually unbreakable, which is pretty strong, and they also give a nearby melee buff. So the Goblin Great Shaman is on his way back. The Temple off Luminarch, I don't know what it's shooting at now, but we'll find out. Currently, the bounce power is Empire favored. But when the Luminarch starts getting hammered... Although if he can endure this Wa, maybe. How are the Greatswords doing? Yeah, they're fighting a lot of counters. Squig Herds are really good against Greatswords. There are spears here, though. The Gunderman Surefires are pulling back. And the Demogryph Knights are doing a great job. Yeah, they really cleaned up that flank. And now they're hammering into Biggins. And it looks like the Sigmar Sons will be getting there as well. Yeah, Demis need to be really careful, though. Honestly, maybe pulling the Demis up and around the back here and hammering into the Archer line can be really strong. Reichsguard are pulling back. The brave general of the Empire leading his Greatswords, the Caribur Greatswords, they actually should be able to put a big dent in this Greenskin formation. And somehow, some way, I don't know how it's possible, but Arrow still does have his Surefires and his Deathjacks online. Now, the Goblin is back. So I think if Arrow can blast the Goblin with the Luminarch, that could be a way to win the game. Oh my god, I can't believe the freaking Luminarch was able to do that. What is it shooting? It's not shooting at the moment. Surefires are shooting into the hide of those Biggins, who are, of course, unshielded. And it looks like an itchy nuisance has popped here on the Demogryph Knights. And why is the Luminarch not shooting? Oh, it's winding up its engines. That little Goblin. Oh, baby, here it comes. It's going for the Goblin. Oh, but the Goblin just ran out of range. Nice play there by Zach. Good awareness. Demogryph Knights just hammer through those Squig Herds. Arrow's Demogryph Knights are doing really good work. And, oh, yeah, he needs to get that Doom Diver back there as well. Honestly, guys, I think the Empire might have a chance here. This is a really close game. You can see some of the Wolf Chariots are jumping onto the Luminarch of Heish. The Goblin basically just having to lurk on the outskirts of the battlefield. And the Caribur Greatswords are doing a great job. These guys are just holding firm. Demogryph Knights with AP Lances charging into the back of Black Orc. Super clutch. He might actually be able to break this. And Arrow, with very good presence of mind, actually gets his Demogryph Knights back here and shuts down the Doom Diver Catapult. Man, I can't believe that the Empire's winning this. Like, that Greenskin army was so good. I guess blasting the Goblin away from the battle in the beginning was really nice, for sure. And look at this! The Greenskin front line is breaking! The Caribur Greatswords and the Demogryph Knights are able to do it! And the Temple off Luminarch did some great damage, and the Surefires are still online as well. And the Doom Diver Catapult in the back is shut offline. Guys, I think that Arrow is going to pull this off! I can't believe it! Hadries, I think what happened is the Goblin ran out of range of the Luminarch and before it could fully wind up its shot. Finally, though, Zach Bisane is getting some of his Goblins back here, and he is shutting down the Deathjacks and some of these other units. And the Gunnerman's Surefire is able to fend off some Black Orcs, and are now ripping their stalking shots into the Black Orcs, fighting the Empire Captain. Oh, and here comes the Luminarch again. Where's it going? Oh, and the Goblin! Wow, what was that? Okay, it must have been shooting against the Orc Biggins, because that was just a complete whiff. But I think the Luminarch must have its sight set on that Goblin Great Shaman. Oh my god, I hope it gets him. That would be so freaking funny. In the back, the Greenskins are compromising this position, but I don't think they can win against the Demogryph Knights at this point. There's still 20 of them here and also 14 here who are pretty healthy. And the Caribur Greatswords are going, all right, Luminarch, where's it going? Here it comes. Oh, the Goblin. Oh, he's going to get it. X going to give it to you. He's trying to juke it. Oh, and he dodges it just barely. The Goblin Great Shaman with the moves. Man, that was so close. I bet Zach was really tense right there, just puckering up for that blast. And here comes the Demogryph Knights. Should be able to finish off the Goblin Wolf Chariots, Deathjacks, and the Gunderman Surefires temporarily shut down. Empire Captain defeated by Black Orcs. And now the balance of power is even again, guys. We got a scrap on our hands. Caribur Greatswords, though, doing so much work, up to 94 kills. Sigmar Sons are still healthy. Even though the balance is even, I still think it's favored for the Empire. Those Demis, like, there's nothing that can stop them from cycle charging and just, like, pretty much killing everything here. As long as that Doom Diver Catapult crew doesn't come back. So we got a couple of Reichsguard on the edge of the map. Demogryph Knights are finishing off some Night Goblin Archers. Oh, look at this! The Luminarch's being used as a chariot to shut down the Night Goblin Archers. It's getting in there. Both players scrapping for their lives here. And now we have the Deathjacks back online. They don't have great AP, but they still, pack a little bit of punch here. That little Goblin is sweating bullets, dude. He is sweating bullets for sure. Zentler Strikes Guard able to finish off the Squig Herds here. And the Luminar Chariot play. Look at this thing just rolling dirty through these greenskins. Just the priest up there just blessing these guys. Nice Vindictive Glare there from Zach B. Sane up on the hill. It does hit the Luminarch of Heish. But the Demograph Knights with Lances, you know, I guess I didn't really give them the respect they deserve. They're really, really strong against this type of greenskin army. I'm in danger. I hope the Luminarch shoots at the Goblin right now. Come on, Arrow. Come on, entertain us. Oh, it's firing. Okay, it's firing. I think the greenskins are in trouble. Victory's in the grasp of the Empire. Is it going to get him? Oh, no, don't blue ball us like this. Come on, give it to us. Oh, it's seeking him. Oh, the blue ball of the century. The chattest of Luminarchs. And Aerocrastic wins with what? I mean, I guess the Demograph Knights were really good. I didn't respect them enough. But the rest of the army is pretty wild. No caster. Man, what a victory by Arrow. That was beautiful right there, guys. And we had a couple donations, or a donation during the game from Pandemic. Thank you so much. Thanks for the good content. It's pretty serious in my area. I mean, everyone's in lockdown for sure. But, you know, we're getting through it, brother. We're getting through it. California's pretty strict. All right. So that's game one of this best of 5. Apparently, Arrow not re-rolling was the right choice. And now we'll move on to the... I don't know. Let's just do Iron Sand Desert. It's fine. Kelp and Coal Dust. Kelp and Coal Dust. Man, I can't believe that game. We got to be continued. We got blue balled so hard, guys. I really thought the Empire was doomed too. Black Orcs, Biggins frontline, like archers, like artillery. The Greenskins had a pretty well-rounded army, but I guess, you know, the Demograph Knights with Lances, there weren't too many answers for them, especially in the hands of a good player like Arrow. The Caribou Greatswords were super clutch as well. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. So now the players are going to do their picks and bans. We've updated the scorecard. Everything looks good. And thank you guys so much for the donations. Really do appreciate that. It means a lot. So we're just waiting for the picks and bans now. I believe in Arrow, Albert. Yeah, I do. That was the masterclass. The Caribou Greatsword's pretty solid for sure. And the Luminarch actually did a ton of damage against the Black Orcs on the approach. Like the second shot really did a ton. Yeah, Caribou Greatswords are really strong. The Demis carried though. That was one of the most absurd games I've seen in a while. That Greenskin army looked like, aside from the Lord, but also Zach losing getting his Lord nuke tried away was pretty unfortunate. Like he didn't get to have his magic or his Lord for like a lot of the fight. So Zach is going to go Dwarves and banning High Elves. Okay, so he's got a second army. We see the second roll. Oh no, did he accidentally? Yeah, it's fine. It was just, yeah, so he got a second army here. It's fine. Thorgrim, Master Engineer, Miners, Iron Drakes, and some Gyrocopters with Brimstone Guns. So sometimes when you click onto a faction, it automatically generates an army. It's a weird bug. So yeah, who cares? But yeah, honestly, not a bad Dwarven army. It depends on what Arrow picks. So Arrow's on the pick now. Yeah, we'll probably do an auto-gen FFA at the end, yeah. Yeah, if there was... Wurzog, though, getting one-shotted would have been more of a value loss. So Arrow's thinking about it. We see Zach's army. He's got Thorgrim, Master Engineer, Longbeards, Iron Drakes. Honestly, it's a pretty good army. This Dwarf army's great. It really depends on the matchup, though. Of course, Arrow can't see his army, so he doesn't really know how to pick against that. Yeah, Dwarves are strong, but... Do it. Obvious choice. Oh, no, that's team. Do it. Damn it. He's going Dark Elves. Oh, we're going to get some Druchi. We never see them here. All right, so Arrow's second army. He gets a Dreadlord, a Death Hag, some Swords, Witch Elves, Dark Shards. Got a Cold One Chariot and some anti-gyrocopter units. Reroll or still Chicago? I think he got a Dreadlord on a Dragon, though. Or maybe on some sort of a mount. He says Chicago. So, against Dwarf Armor, I mean, the Dark Shards are good. The Coldland Chariot's really nice. The Crows of Cain are good against Gyros. Like, he has stuff against everything. I'll reroll being from St. Paul. Okay. Oh, man, he rerolled into a worse army, I think. So, Zach B. Sane rerolled his army. Guys, so Zach B. Sane rerolled. He got Gromby instead of Thorgrim. He got a Hammerer front line. He got triple Iron Drake, a Grudge Thrower, an Organ Gun, as well as a Gyro Bomber. His last build was way better. Zach just rolled into a worse army. Yeah. Yeah, because, like, the Dark Shards are... Oh, man, they're going to be so good against the Hammers. And, like, with all these, like... Although, honestly, the Iron Drakes could roast the Sisters and, like, the Infantry. I don't know, honestly. This game could go either way. Arrows to so many places I need to visit, so little time. And here we go, guys. Loading into the match. Arrows the People's Champion. Yeah, that's a dragon, I think. So that's pretty strong. I think Zach shouldn't have rerolled there. This is a really good map for dwarves, though, Kelp and Cold Dust, because you can, like, abuse the terrain. But, again, Arrow has, like, Dark Shards and stuff. Triple Iron Drakes. I don't know. If I were playing, I would probably use, like, all my rerolls to try and get, like, one of the campaign units for Norska. The Iceforge Legion would be so freaking funny to see in one of these games. So Fantastic Doom, yesterday we saw 4 Iron Drakes. Or not yesterday, but a couple days ago. It was quad Iron Drakes. Today it's tri Iron Drakes. Peter Hawk, I'm glad you enjoy these tournaments. If that Lord is on a dragon, rip dwarves. So Mr. Ooze, you get 2 rerolls in the grand finals. So in the best of 5 series, you get 2 rerolls in total, and he's used both of them now. So Zach B. Sane cannot reroll his armies any further. He should have kept that other dwarf army. It was not worth rerolling. But I mean, his opponent isn't rerolling at all, so, you know, whatever. All right. And now if we take a look. Let's minimize real quick. Got to change something. 1 second. All right, everything looks good. Perfect. So for Arrow's army, a couple Dark Shards, including the Bold Fiends. Bleak Sword, Sisters, Dreadlord on a Dragon. Death Hag on foot will be okay, and also a Cold One Chariot. So he's got some tools against Dowie for sure. But the Dwarves got some scary stuff. They do have a Grudge Thrower, plus also an Organ Gun, a front line of Hammers, which, you know, can be countered by Chariot and Dragon play pretty heavily, so I don't know how strong they're going to be. He's got Gromby, he's got a Thane, a Gyro Bomber, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, the Lord's on a Dragon. For FFA, how about the 4 players take the same faction? No, God, no, please. I think having diversity in this game is what makes it fun. You guys want to see a quad vampire count or quad dwarf FFA? That would be so miserable. Oh my god. Crows of Cain are really good because basically you can just get the Crows of Cain, and there's not. I mean, they will get taken out very heavily by Iron Drakes. Crows of Cain are. Where are they? They're lurking around here somewhere. Where does he have them? Oh, he's vanguarding them. I think he's putting them in the corners. Yeah, he's got Doomfire Warlocks back there and Crows of Cain in the corner. Yeah, they're coming for blood. So we'll see what happens to the Crows of Cain. Chicago means no rerolls. Yeah. Do you allow them to remove units and add chevrons? So the rules of our autogen tournament are they can remove abilities and spells from casters and characters, and then add chevrons and or buy items. They can't get new units. No. Yes. So Sipan, so Arrow was just saying he's from Chicago, so he's not going to reroll that. You know, it's kind of like, oh, you know, it's just like a challenge. It doesn't actually have any intrinsic meaning. Quad Beastman would be really funny, but there'd be a ton of summons. We'll see. I probably won't be playing in the FFA today. It'll be if all 4 players are still here, Bilbo and Hadries, and of course the people here in the finals, then they can play. But if one of them left, I'll jump in. No, Aristo, no more mirror matches. Stop it. I'm done. And Arrow says, I'm actually from Fountain Valley, Irvine, but he hasn't been home in 5 years. Yeah, Aerocrastic, I think, is originally from California, he was saying. Pretty close to me, actually. Where his family lives, I think, is only about 45 minutes away. We need a Chicago Invitational. Yeah, we could. That'd be pretty fun to have, like, teams based on cities, you know. The World Cup idea is tricky. The thing is, like, with World Cup, to make it, like, a fluid, like, easy to watch tournament, like, there's so many people who want to play, it's hard to, like, round it, like, get everyone involved, you know. I'm still thinking about it. Anyways, the battle's underway. Gyrocopter flying forward. Organ Gun going to be teeing off into those missile units. Dark Shard certainly going to take some heavy damage. A couple more volleys. Yeah, rip it into them. And going after the Bolt Fiends now. So the Dreadlord on the Dragon from Arrow going to be chasing the Gyro Bombers. It's coming in for it. You can tell. You can tell he wants it. Oh, look at Zach B saying he's going for it. Is he going to get it? Oh, he's juking. Here comes the runs. Oh, but I think he missed. I think he missed his click. And the Dragon's going after the Gyro Bomber. Oh my god, this is so janky. So I think the Dark Shards are going to be in a little bit of trouble. We have a Grudge Thrower plus an Organ Gun back there, so there's certainly a lot of punch. We'll see how it goes. Dragon chasing down the gyrocopter for sure. Oh, a nice Doombolt coming in there. Wand of Crydon or something. I don't even know where that came from. It's a Dreadlord, right? Does one of them have an item or something? Anyways, Crows of Cain looking overhead, trying to jump on top of the artillery pieces, but there are hammers defending it, so it's not going to be a great situation. But I think the Dragon's going to come in as well. And now we do also have the Iron Drakes opening up, shooting at the Dragon up in the sky. And Arrow's having a rough time so far. He's lost some Dark Shards, but some of the Dark Shards have gotten in. But here comes a big old punch strike here, as the Doomfire Warlocks are going to be weaving through the seam and trying to get onto the Organ Gun. I think Arrow knows that really needs to go down here. In the meantime, though, Witch Elf's getting around the flank. Maybe he's going to go after the Dwarven Hammer teams. And the Flamethrowers shooting into the front line, really roasting the Bleak Sword advance. Honestly, I think just keeping those Bleak Swords back might be the play. Oh, but a devastating breath attack from Arrow Crastic. Look at that. Coming in from the Dragon, doing some good damage against the Organ Gun, but more importantly, really doing a ton against those Hammer teams. So far, the Dark Elves definitely taking the beating much worse. I think the Flamethrowers in the front line have done some really good damage, but the Witch Elves are in now, and all it takes is a couple of compromised positions for the Dwarves to lose this game. Oh, but then the Bare Naked Ladies here being roasted by the Iron Drakes. Nasty stuff. But here, a good response from Arrow. He does push off the cannon and also get a big terror out here on the Hammer teams. Now the Witch Elves are screaming into the back line, and Zach doesn't have too much back here to defend. If the Witch Elves are able to rampage and get on top of the Iron Drakes, that could be a huge, huge game-deciding play. However, Zach Bisane with a good response. He does get Grombrindle plus the Thane and is able to shut down the Death Hag. But the Dragon still rampaging in the lines. Has now gotten onto the Rangers with the Soul Blight being casted as well. Oh! The magic is from the Doomfire Warlocks. Okay, totally just blanked on that. So currently, Balance of Power is very heavily Dawi favored. The Witch Elves are in the back line, but the Dwarves still have like healthy Hammer teams, more or less. Witch Elves are fighting them. The Flamethrowers are still online. The Gyro Bomber is still up in the sky, probably using its minigun to shoot at the Dreadlord here. Yeah, this is a pretty wild game. The Death Hag's coming back. We got some Bleak Swords and Dread Spears and Dark Shards coming back in. Arrow kind of creeping back on the Balance of Power a little bit, as the Witch Elves really do rampage through the back line and cause a lot of problems. Arrow's going to have to get this Cold One Chariot back, for sure. It's going to be a really important piece as this game goes on, so he doesn't want to lose more models. And the big old Dragon still doing a great job here. Witch Elves are rampaging very pertinent missile units, which could potentially pull the game back. And the Dark Shard units should be shooting here. Blasting charges coming in, a little bit of friendly fire in the Dawi there as the Chariot does go in here. But Grombrindle's nearby, and Zach does have Flash Bomb. Nice Flash Bomb right there from Zach Bisane. Beautiful stuff. Locks down the Cold One Chariot. I think if he gets the Cold One Chariot, that could be a game clincher for him. As somehow, some way, the frickin' Dreadlord on the Dragon is just getting roasted by the Flamethrowers, and also the Organ Gun, not Organ Gun, excuse me, but the Gyro Bomber is shooting it the entire time. And the Gyro Bomber hits pretty hard. I mean, look at that. It just did about 200 damage with one volley against the Dreadlord against its armor. The Dragon, I think, is going to go after the Gyro Bomber. I think Arrow has realized that the Gyro Bomber is doing so much damage to him, so he's going to try and take it out here, which I think is very wise. Oh, look at the damage that Gyro Bomber took. Brutal stuff. What do the Dark Elves still have fighting on the ground? Blackheart Corsairs are finishing off Iron Drakes. Bleak Swords here getting wrecked by Hammer teams. But, you know, the Witch Elves are going pretty ham, guys. And Arrow is kind of pulling this game back once again. The Dreadlord able to get the Gyro Bomber offline. Zach Bisane is kind of... his whole army's falling apart here. Oh my god, is Arrow going to pull this one out? It's a really close game. So the Hammer teams are coming in once again. Looks like... Zach says, thanks for not scavening me. Yeah, that could have been pretty rough. But the Dreadlord here, going to finish off the Gyro Bomber, which pulls the Balance of Power back towards the middle. Dwarven Hammer teams are pushing in. Now, something to consider is that Gromby and the Thane are going to be very tough, but if they're surrounded by Witch Elves and just kind of rampaging, the Dragon is going to be able to really just get in there and do a ton of work. Oh man, Arrow was like almost army losses, and he pulled this game back. That Gyro Bomber is 100% down for the count. Dark Shards are pushing in. I mean, the Death Hag's here. A lot of good Dwarven troops are being chased off the battlefield. And honestly, I think this game's going to go to the Dark Elves. I really think this game is going to go to the Dark Elves, guys. I don't know what they can do. Like, the Dwarf Lord is going to get surrounded by Witch Elves, and Dark Shards can shoot them, and then the Dragon can cycle charge them. I mean, a lot of the stuff for the Dark Elves is very low, but yeah, Arrow's being very smart. He's just pulling back here. I mean, you just want to chase off everything you can with your superior mobility before you take the final fight versus those Dwarven characters. I can't believe this. Anyways, Dark Shard shooting in, going to go after the Thane. The Thane does have a shield. I believe it's a bronze shield, yeah, so it's going to give him a 35% block chance there. But the Dragon's going to come in and probably hammer the Thane here. A little bit risky, though. Arrow doesn't necessarily need to do that, but it looks like he's thinking about it. He's flying in. He's testing his options here. Looks like the Dwarven Hammer teams are pushed off. I mean, everything on the Druchii roster is so low, but there's no terror from the Dwarves, obviously, so nothing is really going to be able to push him back. This is a pretty wild game. This is the best bet, though, here for Zach. If Zach is able to hide his forces in the trees, you know, and just kind of force the dragon and big monstrous units to fight in the trees. It'll mitigate missile fire, plus it will also punish the dragon if you can force the fighting in the trees. You honestly might as well just stand here and wait. Arrow's going to push off those flamethrowers there, and now the dwarves have nothing except their characters. So Bounce Fire is still even, but again, I think it's very heavily favored for Arrow here. He's got the missile units. Just use all your ammo, shooting into the Thane and those other characters. What a twist, I know. That was like one of the craziest swingbacks I've seen in quite some time. Here comes the Thane and Gromby. Of course, Arrow can kite all he wants because he has the Dark Shards to shoot. And now he's shooting into Gromby here. Gromby is just going to be juking in the trees, which I think is smart. Yeah, Zach with some nice jukes for sure. Yeah, the Hammers got really wrecked by the breath attacks for sure. Hammers just aren't great. They're not great units, in my opinion. Poor Grombrindle here. I mean, they're not terrible, especially in an auto-gen. But in this case, there's worse units you could get. More Iron Drakes with flamethrowers, that's for sure. This was a really close game, though, and like all the games in this final series have been really good. This is game 2, of course, and it is best of 5, so there will be another match after this, at the very least, potentially more, depending on its outcome. But the Dark Shards are using their ammo. The Witch Elves are going to be the first one to be sent in, because the Witch Elves will rampage them, which means they'll lose control of their orders, and then Arrow can safely charge in with the Dragon, realizing that Zach won't be able to give them attack orders on the proper targets. Dark Shards pulling back a little bit. Poor Dwarves just being pulled apart in the trees. In the meantime, Arrow Krasik is just getting his forces in position. He's pulling up and around, getting a full surround, and getting his Witch Elves to just basically, yeah, do their thing. Terrorgeist breath attacks do magic damage. Yes, the Death Shriek. So here comes the Thane and Grombrindle. He must have a Flash Bomb kind of waiting in the back pocket here. The Flash Bomb could be the game winner too. I mean, it's still not over for the Dowie, but I think it's going to be much tougher. And now you can see Arrow is going to be running in with his troops. Yeah, he's sending in some Bleak Swords. Some of the Bleak Swords will get hammered pretty hard. Gromby just needs to take whatever fight he can get at this point. So the Dwarves are in combat. Oh, an overhead breath attack. Oh, does it get him? It did about 200 damage. Honestly, more damage to his Dread Spears there, or his Bleak Swords. But it was a good attempt, for sure. It looked like it wasn't quite a flush shot. Serpentine, Grombrindle, Serpentine. Ammunition for Arrow is pretty good. He still has shots on the Bolt Fiends and these guys. So he doesn't have to take this engagement, honestly. And I think the smart play is to wear them down here. Because like if Gromby kills the Dreadlord and the Death Hat goes down, I mean, the Dwarves could win this. There's not a lot of AP. This is still a really close game. A really, really close game. Yeah, the Dwarves might still have it. It's tough. Ammunition very, very low. Currently, the Dark Shards here have 2 volleys. These ones are actually wavering, which is pretty funny. And now the Witch Elves are coming in. So Arrow's going in for the final strike here. And you notice they're rampaged immediately. So the downside of that being is that the Dragon can come in and the Dwarves won't attack. Granted, the Thane might be able to turn and hit the Dragon. 899 Deadly Onslaught is popped. Grombrindle is rampaging, taking a lot of damage from the Dragon. Yeah, the Dragon's just so good here. The Thane is probably given an attack order to hit the Dragon, but he can't quite get to it because of the Doomfire Warlocks. Gromby's shaken. Soulblight is active from the Doomfire Warlock spell. Shaken. Still going strong, but yeah, that's going to be game. And just like we expected, the Rampage pretty much just doesn't let the Dwarves fight back. And now the Thane's going to go. And that is game. What a comeback from Arrow Krasik. That is insane. Lore Master of Sotek, we're doing auto-generated tournaments. We're random armies. Yes, I cannot believe Arrow won that. Same as the first one. Like, just crazy, crazy games. So now for the next map, let's go ahead and pick it. It's going to be Alpine Ridge. So Zach, you are out of rerolls. This is best of 5, by the way. So Zach is out of rerolls now. Arrow Krasik still has his, but I don't think he's going to use them, obviously. Yeah, Gromby got Rampage pretty quick. So Zach used his 2 rerolls. So he's got to stick with it now. Arrow is on the pick. He's going Tomb Kings. I think he's going Tomb Kings. Let's check. We got a donation coming in from Jacob. Thank you so much. I got my first set of miniatures, Death Guard. Hell yeah, dude. Tomb Kings, no bans. Remember, roll twice. Remember, roll twice. Death Guard, on a side note, what do you think about this tournament mode? I call it pick your poison. Each contestant picks the units for the other player. That could be interesting. Something to think about. I think there would be a way to integrate that. So Arrow Krasik did roll twice. He got a Tomb King. He got a Necrotect. For campaign units, I don't think he got any. He got the Blessed Legion. He got like a big old Necrosphinx, a couple of Shopti, Sneaky Snakes. It's honestly not a bad army. And, oh, look at this. Zach, did you roll twice base? Didn't quite get to see that. Thank you so much, Jacob. Dude, Death Guard are about to get buffed too, so now's a good time to start playing Death Guard. Yeah, if you pick Clan Angren, you can get the Ghostly Heroes, for sure. Yeah, they're part of the autogen. I'm just making sure Zach rolled twice base. I think he did, but we'll double check. Okay, perfect. So Zach got Teclis, he got a Handmaiden of the Everqueen, he got Swordmasters of Hoeth, and he got the Storm Riders. He got a Great Eagle, a Frostheart Phoenix, as well as a Sun Dragon. Honestly, I think both armies have pretty good chances, because like Arrow has good anti-large with the Sphinx and Necropolis Knights. I think those are just Lance ones, though. The front line will obviously favor the High Elves, and Magic is much better for the High Elves. I mean, having Teclis is huge. Plus Handmaiden. Handmaidens have good anti-large and good AP bows as well. Yeah, the campaign Tomb King's units aren't... I mean, the Usirian's Legion of the Underworld is really good. The Nehekara Warriors, the ghostly ones, they're really strong. They have the 75% physical resist. All right, here we go, guys. Loading in. Arrow, the big highlights of his army. A couple Ushapti. He does also have a Necro Sphinx and some Necropolis Knights, but it looks like it's going to be a Tomb Prince, I think, on horse. And, yeah, a Tomb King and a Tomb Prince. So we will see. Jacob says, I got a good deal on 50 Poxwalkers plus 15 Marines Lord of Contagion Playcaster for 45 euros. That is a good deal. Jacob, the things you really want to get for Death Guard, make sure you get yourself a Demon Prince. They're really powerful in Death Guard. And you want to get 3 Plague Burst Crawlers ASAP. They're like the best unit in the faction. Blight Lord Terminators are really good also. And Foul Blight Spawns. Those are the units I would recommend to you, bud. And thank you so much for the donation. Foul Blight Spawns are insane. Yeah. Flock of the Jaff is something, for sure. What I could do next time, too, that we have this event, just to make sure, I could have the players auto-gen 5 times, just base, so they click the button 5 times, and then that's their army. And then kind of like a slot machine. Yeah, sub-factions, you can do anything, dude. Any faction, campaign units, all the jank is here in this tournament. That's why it's so wild. All right, guys, and we're here. It is a mighty Tomb King and a Necrotech, which is pretty good, actually. You can heal up the big Sphinx. Ushapti, Necropolis Knights, couple bows, looking good. And also, this tournament is a good way to break the single entity rule, if you want, because it's autogen. Doesn't really matter. So he's got Spears, he's got Swordmasters, he does have some Silver Helms, which is good. The Storm Riders, Teclis, with, of course, Nets, Flock of Doom, and Regrowth. That's going to be really good, honestly. I think Zach's army is a little bit better. And a Handmaiden of the Everqueen. Yeah, because, like, these 3 single entities can do some nasty gooning. Like, if he, like, nets down the big gold Sphinx, like, you know, hammers it with all of his singles, plus the Handmaiden, you know, there's a lot he can do for sure. He has breath attacks. A lot of good gooning potential with the Silph army. I think, Pouty, I think that someday, Pouty Panda, I think we will see Total War 40k. I think we'll see it someday. Like, after the success of this, why would Games Workshop and CA not want to do it again? For another, like, that's, like, great profit for both companies for, like, years to come. I think we'll see it someday. Yeah. Well, don't worry, guys. If this ends here, there will be the glorious FFA at the end. We could also, like, let the players, and again, if you guys want to leave feedback on the video afterwards, so leave a comment after the stream is done and when the video is uploaded if you have feedback, because it's the best way for me to see it. We could just have the players, like, auto-gen up to 5 times. So they can, that kind of means we don't have to worry about rerolls, and they can auto-gen 5 times. But, you know, if you, something to think about. Anyways, battle's underway here. Storm Riders are doing it. We have a donation coming in from Astos Moldova. Really enjoying this random gen tournament. Really shows off the skill of the players. And yeah, it does lead to some wacky stuff and some unorthodox units being used. Astos, thank you so much. Here's some aggressive play coming in hot from Aerocrastic, pushing into the Riders on the Storm, but a net of Amachok used on the Tomb King. And is there going to be a breath attack? Oh, this could be good. But the net is about to wear off. Oh no, it actually has some time. Oh, the overhead fire breath attack into the Tomb King. Nice play there by Zach B. Sane. The Tomb King down to about half health right away. And Storm Riders are, you know, at their core, Lothern Sea Guard, so they're not going to be terrible against these large units. So both players committing very heavily to this fight. That was an amazing breath attack. Zach needs to get his Frostheart Phoenix over here ASAP to start fighting in the pits. But that was super clutch. And honestly, using the Sun Dragon to just chase down the Tomb Prince was going to be a pretty cost-effective use of his time, I think. Swordmasters of Hoeth are pushing in, but there are Ushapti nearby, so Arrow has some pretty good answers for that. And it looks like the Sun Dragon is going to be looking for some kills here. Silver Helms downhill charging. Unfortunately, a bit of a misplay from Zach into Spears, who of course were braced, so he's not going to do too much damage there. I would 100% pull back those Silver Helms. Zach needs to get his Frostheart Phoenix plus his Great Eagle engaged, like, really, really quickly. The Sun Dragon flying overhead. Again, looking to get really greedy, actually. Going after the Tomb Prince, but, you know, he does a lot of damage. And he has regrowth on Teclis, too, so he can afford this. It looks like regrowth is going to be going down here. Maybe? It must be a regrowth, yeah. But Sneaky Snake Knights are coming, plus Ushapti. I mean, this could be losing the Sun Dragon here, and, yeah, regrowth is on it, so it's going to be getting some fat healing, but is he going to be able to get it away is the question. Illyrian Reavers are onto Archers. Silverhelm's a huge mistake here, leaving them in combat. I mean, he needs to be chasing Archers with those. And here comes the Frostheart Phoenix, and the Dragon might get away. Teclis, of course, probably has another regrowth as well. He really just needs to make sure he salvages this Dragon. If the Dragon gets chased off by just a bunch of Haggard Carrion, that would just be a disaster. Zach needs to get busy here with the Frostheart Phoenix plus the Great Eagle. And it looks like, is that a Flock of Doom going down? Yeah, he actually uses Flock of Doom on the Carrion there. Bit of a strange decision in my opinion. But he does pull back the Silverhelms here in the front line. It's going okay for the Hiles. Spearmen are doing their thing. Swordmasters are grinding through, as expected. And a Fiery Convocation going down the line as well. Where is that going? It looks like it was going after the Halberds. So the Dragon is still being chased off. That is a huge disaster, and honestly something that could lose the Hiles the game here. Granted, he's going after the Tomb Prince with his 2 birds, and he might be able to get it. Yeah, Tomb Prince gets hit pretty hard by the Great Eagle, and Annette is active, but every time he goes in for the Tomb Prince, Arrow is so quick to respond with like a punishment. You know, he comes in with the big anti-large characters and, you know, the other threats. Nice charge here. He is able to get the Reavers onto the Archer unit. Silverhelm's finally able to get back, and the Dragon is still being chased off. That is a freaking half-health Dragon there. That is really painful. And the Tomb Prince is very close to crumbling. He's got about 400 HP. Swordmaster's still fighting here. The Eagle and the Bird get back. And I guess if he gets the Tomb Prince after all is said and done, that could be worth it here. Teclis in combat with the Necrotect, but the Handmaiden and the Everqueen going to be running in. Doing her anime run, going here. Teclis certainly not great in combat, but I would probably turn Teclis around and fight with the Potion of Croy active. But man, that Dragon being chased off. So guys, I want you to watch the bounce power when that Dragon goes. You're really going to see a big difference. Here, the Tomb King does get pushed off. 75, -9. He's probably done. He's probably going to crumble. He's having to run into spears. Man, how is that Tomb King not down? 59 frickin' HP. That is insane. Zach doing a good job here in the late game, though. Finally getting his Silverhelms and Reavers active. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. Yeah, he really should have sent the Great Eagle to peel off the... Because if that Dragon was back right now, this would probably be game over. Pretty sure the Hiles would just straight up win it. Reavers cycle charging in pretty aggressively here. Up on the high ground, you can see the Ushapti are engaged in combat versus the Riders on the Storm. The Handmaiden of the Everqueen is also an anti-large character in melee, which is quite strong. And the leadership for the Tomb Kings is now gone. Now, Teclis is still rocking regrowths. Bounce of Power is getting it's pretty even, but yeah, the Dragon getting chased off actually pulls the Bounce of Power in Arrow's favor. I guess because there's still a big angry Necrosphinx here, which is going to be super tough to deal with. Handmaidens will do okay, for sure, especially if he's on foot. Necrotect is critical binding, as are the Ushapti. And I don't know if the Ushapti summon has been used. I don't think it has. I think it's being saved in the back pocket here. But yeah, basically, there just needs to be really good gooning. Like the Frostheart Phoenix needs to get in there and just take out these characters and, you know, goon out the Necrotect. And you can see that's what he's doing right now. He's got the Frostheart Phoenix plus the Necrosphinx going after the dude here. Handmaiden of the Everqueen doing a good job dragging down some of these snake characters. High Elves, what do they have in terms of infantry? Not much. Which is really precarious because if you look here, the Tomb Guard with Halberds is actually hanging out, and yeah, they're healthy. I don't know. I think Arrow's got this. And this was a game that was very winnable for Zach. The Dragon was the big misplay. Like losing that Dragon, like you can see that immediately ebbed the Bounce of Power. Now it's not 100% over yet. We still have the Handmaiden of the Everqueen. Teclis is still here with regrowths, I would imagine. The Frostheart Phoenix is still a very powerful threat. But it's going to be a really tough one to win, especially with those halberds here. So a net being used by Teclis just to try and survive. Teclis is on foot, so he can't run too fast, but he does net down the big boy there. And here, what is the Eagle doing? Going after the Necropolis Knights. Yeah, the Handmaid needs to get in combat. He needs to like keep this Great Eagle alive. If the Sneaky Snakes are able to win that fight, then he's going to be in some serious trouble. Ushapti Summon, I think, is still in the back pocket as well. I would imagine he's saving that. And here we have the Flamespire Phoenix, or Frostheart Phoenix, excuse me. Probably going to go and take out that Necrotect. It's free real estate, why not? Riders on the Storm. Storm Riders running away. The Handmaiden of the Everqueen shooting into the Necropolis Knights here. And yeah, that Necrosphinx is coming for blood. Swiggity swooty, dude. He wants that Teclis booty. Really nice Ushapti summon. Beautiful play. Right on top of the one threat that's left to him. And it looks like a Fiery Convocation is going down from Teclis. I'm not sure if Arrow's going to notice this. This will really wreck those spears. Oh, nice play by Zach there. It does wreck the spear, so the spears are going to crumble down. Necrotect may follow shortly after. And we'll see how long Teclis can survive. Potion of Croy is here, so he's going to be getting healing and ward save. The Great Eagle is putting a dent in these guys, but certainly not enough to get back in the game, I don't think. And the Frostheart Phoenix is able to take out the Necrotect on the high ground, maybe? No, not quite. 804, and there's still a lot of halberds nearby, which certainly spells doom. And I don't think Teclis is going to have a great chance versus Sphinx. I mean, yeah, maybe if the Sphinx was alone versus Teclis, the Handmaiden, plus the Frostheart Phoenix, I think the Hiles might have a chance. But the Frostheart Phoenix is taking so much damage, and the thing is Arrow still has, a bunch of Tomb Guard with Halberds and other good units. And this was a good game because either army could have won this. I think Zach's army had a great chance, but losing the Sun Dragon was just too much. Well played! Aerocrastic is going to be our champion. Well played to him indeed. An awesome game. Stay here for FFA if you want. All right, so let's go ahead and change it up. Hadries, we'll get you back in. So our ceremonial closeout to these streams, guys. It's going to be the glorious Auto-Gen FFA. So let's see if Hadries and Bilbo are here. Message those guys. And let me message Hadries. It is time for the FFA. If they don't come, then that's okay. Then we can roll. But Aerocrastic is going to be our grand champion of today's Auto-Gen tournament. Outstanding play. Him and Xiphos, our two most recent winners. So we'll make his name large, powerful, just like Chicago. There you go. And now we go back to the local recording here and pop up the screen. Zach says I'm not used to playing with the dragons. Yeah, no problem, dude. No problem. So let me see if the other lads are going to join us. Hadries is on the way. And we'll see if Bilbo's coming. I'll go ahead and tag Bilbo in Discord. He may still be around. If not, then that's all right. Then I'll just jump in. Yeah, Zach had some really good plays. The breath attack in the beginning was really solid. Yeah. Yeah, and Zach said he did a Flock of Doom on the Carrion to try and disintegrate them, but yeah, they were able to stabilize, which was unfortunate. Bambi, thank you for the 20 bucks. Really appreciate it, man. Stream closer. Yes, we're doing it, dude. We're doing it. We're closing the stream for you. But then the Realm of Souls healing, yeah. If the dragon had come back, I think Zach would have had a chance. All right, so let's see if Bilbo is here. I don't know if he is. I don't see him on Warhammer. So I'm going to rejoin into that game because I don't know if Bilbo is around. So I'll just be the X Factor. Because, yeah, I mean, obviously people aren't going to sit and wait for hours. You guys want to see a Chaos Auto-Gen? I feel like Chaos... I'm going to go a faction that has campaign units to try and get something really fun. I'll play myself. That's fine. We'll jump in. Oh, unspecified error. Okay, let's see what happens here. Let's see if I can get in. We might have to remake the lobby. Which should be fine. We got to play something that's like really unorthodox, you know? Okay, so I'm failing to join the game, so I'm going to rehost it. So, Turin, FFA closer. So I'll host it real quick. Let's go ahead and switch it to FFA. So Arrow and company, if you guys are listening, I need you to rejoin. Hadries. All right, perfect. So we'll rejoin here. So yeah, I don't know. Chaos has like an auto-gen is okay, but I want to do something to try and get some really funky units. We've seen Empire today. Who have we not seen that could potentially have some really fun stuff? Skaven certainly can. I did Vampire Coast to close out yesterday's. We'll see. Yeah, the internet gods have been smiling on me recently, yeah. So I think I'm going to go Clan Eshin. Super secure password. Yeah, it's okay. I trust you guys. Well, I mean, the spectator slots are closed anyway, so. The most secure of passwords. Skaven? I'm going to try Skaven, I think. Auto. Dude, we got to be auto-gen. Hadries? Come now. So Hadries is here. Bilbo didn't get back to me, unfortunately. And Bambi, thank you again so much for that donation, dude. So I'm going to go ahead and do... We did Vampires yesterday. Norska, the problem is, though, like, it doesn't seem like people get it. So, remember 2 autogens. I'm currently on Vampire Slayer in the Gotrek and Felix series, yeah. Norska, Wintertooth, I think we're going to... Don't you guys want to see, like, the cool Skaven campaign units, though? I don't know. Eshin has no campaign... Skaven do have campaign units, yeah. I'm not going to pick Skaven right now, but if you look, you have these campaign-exclusive units. I'm pretty sure Eshin would have them as well. Yeah. See, Eshin has them. So you have the Warpfire, the Flayers, the Eye Takers. Does Scryer have more unique campaign units? Let's check. So if we go to Cleanse Scryer... so they get... No, they don't. They don't have more units. Bambi, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. All right, so we just got to get Zach Busane to join now. I don't know. Who else could we play that would have really funny stuff? We saw Tomb Kings. We've seen some rats today. I could go like... Yeah, I think going Clan Eshin would be really fun. I'd like... Because I want to get Deathmaster. It's pretty unlikely, though, with all the characters. You guys want Clan Rictus? I mean, we'll just go Scryer. We'll do Eshin. That was my original plan, anyways. Hey, so let's go ahead and get Zach invited. I'm pretty sure he's always down here. Let me make sure he's still around. Perfect. Campaign units only. Oh god. Yeah. The High Elves do have a couple campaign units. I'll show you guys. I'm not going to play High Elves, but if you look at High Elves, they have Alistair, Gate Guard, plus the Hand of the Shadow Crown, which would be really cool to get, actually. Skaven have a couple campaign units, so we're going to go Eshin. So go ahead and auto with 2 rolls. All right, guys. Vampire counts handgunners? I know. So 1 and 2. Oh, yeah. Zach is getting an error joining. Okay. So this is our autogen army. We get a Grey Seer of Plague on a bell. We get that. We get 2 Warp Lightning Cannons. We get the Doombringers, the Eye Takers. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm saving this. Okay. Save your auto if need be. So this is my autogen. You guys saw it here. So let's go ahead and save auto Skaven. Okay, so I'll rehost. So I'm going to rehost one more time. And hopefully it'll work. So you guys see you see my Skaven autogen here. Yeah, that's really really good. The Doombringers are so cool. Plus the Eye Takers. What do they do? They have a... Oh man, a blinded debuff. Okay, perfect. So they'll save their autogens. All right, let's change it. So let's go here, go to FFA. Perfect. Oh, it actually saved my army for me. That's nice. Yeah, Gate Guards are just janky units, yeah. Let's get Zach Busane in here. It might be him. That's not a bad army. All right, so Hadries and Arrow should be rejoining in a moment. Sorry about the delay, guys. Thanks for sticking around. The autogen FFA is always a fun way to end these tournaments. So it's a pretty good army, yeah. Grey Seer on a bell. So, oh, the dreaded 13th spell. You guys know we're using that shit. Oh yeah, taking all the summons. So basically, how it works with our rules is you can basically. So Arrow's in here. Zach's going to restart his game. The Portent of Verminous Doom. Let's take that. It'll be fun. Warpstone Scroll. Yeah, screw it. And do we have any items we want to put on this guy? Yeah, the Rival Height Talisman's pretty good. We'll chevron up our ogres, just make them better. I have my autogen. I'm Clan Eshin right now. So we got double Warp Lightning Cannon. We got the Doom. These guys are super OP. The Doombringers are just like absurd. They just melt. Like they come with like 36 models. I think regular Warp Fire Throwers come with 24, and they're just so good. They're just so powerful. Let's see if Zach restarted his game. We'll see if he's able to get in, because it's definitely on his end if all of us are able to join except him. And he was able to join my lobbies before, which is very strange. I don't know why he wouldn't be able to join now. Yeah, and I also have the ROR snipers. I have the eye takers. The eye takers are really good. They they have a debuff on them that lowers like stats. It's brutal. And I got extra triads. I mean, come on. Very good. So yeah, guys, if you have any questions, now's the time. We're just hanging out, waiting for our last player to get in here. Gate Guard are better, Lothar and Seaguard, basically. Oh, all right, Griffin. I've never used them, so I don't really play high elf campaigns. I played like the first 30 turns of a Tyrion campaign just to like see how easy it was. Yeah, Clan Scryer is really powerful. I think Clan Scryer is like the best campaign faction. I think this top 3 strongest campaigns. I actually have a video on this coming out soon, but I think Clan Scryer is by far number 1. Yeah, you could auto-gen and then raise the funds and start a new army. Zach is crashing now. One sec. Let me grab. All right, guys, just working out the tweaks here. We do have the dreaded 13th spell, which I will be using. So Professor Pone has valiantly stepped up. We'll let Zach try here one more time. And we'll see if he can get in. Is your channel getting more views since the lockdown? The views are more dependent on the content you put out, you know, but yeah, so Professor Pone is here. I'll message Zach. How far into the stream are we, by the way? Okay, we just hit 2 hours. Seems like his game is crashing. So what we're going to do is we're going to play 1. And then that'll give Zach some time to potentially figure it out. And if it's yeah, it seems like he's just crashing nonstop. That's weird. He wasn't able to join the lobby. His game's crashing. All right, so Pone is auto-gen. Let's go ahead and start. How are the Bannerlord videos? Oh, pretty good, yeah. Not as good as Total War on my channel. My channel is very Total War focused, which is fine. It's my favorite game. I'm like... I can wake up every day and like want to play Total War. I like don't burn out on it for some reason. So we're on the Desert Canyon, which is a pretty fun map. It's a big one, so could be okay. Depends. I mean, you start with someone pretty close to you on one flank, but there is a choke there you can kind of block their army in. So it's certainly a map that is a little bit better for like heavy ranged play, in my opinion. Turin, strategy-wise on the army, do you think your units are okay to defend that much value? It's going to be hard, Xmush. The one thing I have going for me is the fact that it's a big map, and also number 2 is that they're not going to have optimized armies either. So yeah, we'll see. All right, so we're loading in here, guys. Perfect. Have you tried turning it on and off about? Yeah, he restarted the game. Apparently he couldn't join, and then he was like crashing. Yeah, poor guy. Well, at least we had him in the tournament today. He did a great job. Had a really nice series in the beginning and some good games against Arrow for sure. Joe Cool, Sparty and I might do co-op again someday or head-to-head. Yeah, we've talked about it, but he's very focused on, you know, his Bannerlord content right now, which I don't blame him. That's doing very well for him. And yeah, we'll play again someday though. Probably when like some new content comes out, we'll maybe do like a head-to-head or something. I'll of course be doing head-to-heads with Lore Master of Sotek again as well. Yeah, we have a really good army. Yeah, the Doom Wheel again can like run interference. Yeah, it can do some serious work. And we've loaded in, so yeah. What's good about me playing in the FFAs is the fact that it doesn't lag as much, like, because there's only 4 people instead of 5. All right, so what do we got? We got Arrow and Greenskins. We have Hadri's Vampires here. So that's good, because they're going to be kind of like, I can block them here. Aerocrastic's Greenskins might just rush me, though. So we're going to, like, kind of trundle on over here. The Zap Zap Cannon, we probably want to keep it, like, a little bit more like this. Can I reach his deployment zone? Yeah, looks like I can. It's going to be hard to defend everything, for sure. The freaking Doombringers in the front are such an absurd thing. Grace here on a Bell and an Assassin. So let's get those guys up here. Doombringers. We definitely want to just leave some troops back. Which one's the Zap Cannon? Zap Cannon's on the high ground, yeah. We'll leave that here. We'll get some Skaven Slaves, which will be fine. We'll get some Slingers down here. We don't have much of a front line is my only concern. The Ogres can certainly run some interference. We may actually have to rush over here and like block the Vampire Count's advance. Although if the Vampires come this way, we can use the Flamethrower to try and stop them. Doom Wheels in 3. Ogres can be off groups. We'll get you guys in 4. Could be some Vanguard behind me too. I'm Skaven, so it's pretty like choice. Let's actually start the Doom Wheel back there just in case. We'll get the Flamethrowers back there too, just like in case someone wants the Vanguard behind me. All right, this is going to be hard to defend for sure, but I mean, everybody has bad armies, right? So, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. I could ready up to just put the pressure on him. Yeah, we have some really strong units. The Jezzails, maybe starting them over here might be better, like down on the low ground. They're like 6 or something. That's fine. They might be able to get some vampire action. I should be able to defend. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you don't need a front line. The Rat Ogre's got it covered, yes. Well, the Grey Seer, too, is a Plague Seer, which is really nice. And I do have the dreaded 13 spell, so I can summon some Storm Vermin. Warp Storm Scroll, I always forget it. This is, yeah, targets flying units, yeah. That's actually really useful. All right, let's do it. This is the close out the stream, guys. Hopefully you enjoy. 3 players are ready here. Yeah, I have this back here. I don't know if they're going to, like, Vanguard behind me or, like, what they can do, so we're just going to set them up, like... Because if they Vanguard behind me, they're going to get roasted pretty good. These Doomfire, like Warlock, Warpfire throwers are so strong. Yeah, I'm going to get a lot of points, but if they all collapse on me, I could lose really quick. Like, if Vampires plus Greenskins charge me, I'm like, game's over. I've lost. Most likely. It depends, yeah. And who's on the far side? We have Pone over there in the corner with the Greenskins. I will summon my front line, yes. Oh, I accidentally brought Plague. Oh, no. I thought that was the other ability. Damn it. Oh, well. I don't have Plague Monk summons. All right, so let's get this Warp Lightning shooting. We're going to shoot Arrow's Lord. Arrow thought he had escaped the Warp Lightning cannons. But no, nobody escapes him. All right, so it looks like they're going to be coming up here. I think the Vampires are just going to ignore me. Yeah, they're going there. So we're going to get kind of like a loose one-on-one. Azag's juking those shots. Man, I don't know if I'm going to have enough to like stop him here. Start shooting the Wolf Chariots. Ogres here. Ixtra's Triads can be like up in reserve. We'll get you guys back here as well. Oh my god, Professor Pone's coming in too. Yeah, and he pops the wah knowing that it's like... Put him in guard mode to make sure they stay put. Alright, great. So the Ogres are going to be going after the Squig Hoppers. Chariots are going to be here. Pull back here, pull you guys back here. Alright, so the battle is more or less underway. He actually got some nice business there on my dudes. So we're going to summon some clones here to try and like kind of halt the advance a little bit. Yes, very good. And Azag can be attacked by you, trophy heads. Great. So yeah, we should get these dudes here. And we can drop some rat summons on the front line. Oh my god, Professor Pone's Air Force is here! Look at it! Professor Pone has like a mighty Air Force! Oh my god, look at that. Let's get these guys going here, and the Grey Seer can push in as well. And we were able to get the Chariots off in the back, which is awesome. So let's get the OP Warpfire throwers to go in there. Our Triads... Oh my god, look at Pone's Goon Squad! He's gooning out Arrow's Lord! Oh my god! Let's switch. Let's take some pressure off Arrow. I feel bad. Although maybe... I don't feel bad, but you know how it is. Alright, so we can get the Eye Takers and start shooting at Azag as well. Our weapons teams are going to be jumping in just a moment. We got the Doom Wheel, and it looks like we were able to hold more or less. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Okay, now we got to start hitting Azag again. You guys can go here. The line of sight sucks. It sucks so bad here. Okay, we broke that off, which is awesome. So now we're going to use our massive flamethrower teams. Oh, yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's pull these ogres back now. Oh, those black orcs are getting shreked. Can shoot Azag. The Gracier can come in. Oh, okay, let's pull the flamethrowers back now. That was good enough. Gracier, we need him back in the main line, so we use slingers to hit those orc boys. So my warp lightning cannons are actually getting dunked on pretty good. I think we got to start hitting Pone's dragon though, because I think Pone is just going after Arrow really, really hard. I'm gonna lose to these pigs, these pig cav here. We need to get the terror routes going. It is time. Awaken, the dreaded 13th spell cometh for you. Oh yes, here it comes. Oh, look at the damage. It does damage too. Yeah, so we got the dreaded 13th spell on top of those pig cav, which is freaking hilarious. And we can go ahead and drop some rat summons here. Let's go ahead and use the Unholy Vigor. I always forget about that. So okay, so the dreaded 13th spell wrecked that fight for us, which is good. The assassin needs some help, and now Azag is going after me, so I gotta punish him. We got some ogres. Let's pull them up in reserve. Yes, the dreaded 13th spell, fear it. And let's get our flamethrowers here, get you guys in front. And yeah, my assassin is pretty much down for the count. Doomwheel needs to come in, get some terror routes. Azag's very, very low. Do we want to try and snipe him? Probably. Probably, yeah. Oh yeah, give us the huge blast right there. That's really nice. How are our Summon Stormvermin doing? Yeah, we need to get them piling in. Go fight. Fight, brave Skaven. Yes, yes. Oh no, and he got the wolf chariots back in. Where'd those things come from? Pull the sharpshooters back. Oh god, he's getting them, and now I have to deal with Pone. I have a Warp Storm scroll, but I don't need to use it yet. That Warp Lightning Cannon's already down, just ignore it. Who cares? We'll get you shooting at his lord. Oh, that's a freaking prince? What? So we'll lock him in place. Get the assassin back if we can. And yeah, see if we can get this guy down. Put him in guard mode, see if we can really chop him. I'm gonna save my Winds of Magic now, for sure. Pull the ogres back. Slingers. Oh yeah, Pone's Prince is getting... Oh yeah, he's getting the Doombringers. Oh baby. Oh yeah, we're getting you, dude. Time to pay the troll toll. The assassin's coming in. Let's go ahead and trophy heads him. Make him very, very squishy. Pull you guys back. Get the Grey Bell going in. Arrow has some dudes. We'll send some Skaven slaves in to just go take that beating. And I think we're gonna get Pone's Lord, more or less. I don't know. You guys intercept here. Scorch is fine. That wasn't a good cast, but who cares? I'm not gonna complain. And now we have the Warp Lightning Cannon. Let's shoot the Sun Dragon. Yeah, he's gotten on top of my dudes back here. I'm gonna lose the sharpshooters, I think. I don't think I can do anything to really save them. And let's see if we can at least keep you guys alive. Okay, the Doomwheel, we chase Pone's Lord off the battlefield, which is good. So we'll come back here now. Unfortunately, my Jezzail units are pretty much crumped. And I'm going to save up Winds Magic for another 13th spell. Let's get you guys still moving. Get you Skaven Slaves going in here. We might keep some of our ROR snipers. We might. Let's go ahead and roll back here, see if we can. And you guys can now start shooting at them. Very good. So the dreaded 13th spell costs freaking 20 Winds of Magic? My goodness, that is insane. Are we going to stabilize here? I think so. Oh, yeah. There we go. I love the X Factor of Professor Pone coming over here. It really just made things wild. But the Doomwheel should tear out off most of the stuff. We actually still have our Assassin, which is nice. Come on. Okay, the Greenskins are done here. Oh my god, did we get this? No, we don't have the piece anyways. So, we got the bird. Let's shoot the bird. Pone's gonna go take out my freaking, my thing here, which is okay. And can I get the sharpshooters back? That's really the thing I want. That is what I want. I want it. I want it. All right, let's go ahead and square up our forces. Just save up Winds of Magic, bank back up to 30. Okay, that's a stabilization. That's stable. Now we can just use our artillery to blast. Hadrius is coming, actually. Let's see if we can get that Banshee. Although I have plenty of magic damage. I don't need to be too concerned about that. I think we just... Is Pone going to come over here and troll me again is the question. He might. He might come for me. We're shooting Hadri's Banshee. Yeah, we got some good damage on it. Actually, we could just let them fight. Yeah, it's going to be tricky. What does he have? He's got a Blood Dragon Lord. He's got a Blood Dragon Lord and a Goose, but Pone is lurking behind me now. Arrow's ahead on points because he fought, like, you know, multiple players, but I think he's out of the picture. So if he dives here, we can use the Rival Height Talisman to lower their stats and come in pretty hot. Yeah, he's going to regret that for sure. Can shoot here. Take a bit of damage on my dude, but their melee attack's currently 0, so yeah, we really whooped on those birds. So we can trap this guy here. Very good. Alright, Warp Lightning Cannon. Pretty low on ammo. I mean, I don't know if I can beat Hadri's, is the thing. Oh, and our sharpshooters are back. That's really nice. Let's get them up on the hill here. Yeah, the goose is going to be a problem. Okay, Pone's birds got wrecked. We might actually be able to take out this bird too. Okay, that's good. Let's get you up here. Hopefully that eagle just flies off the battlefield. Our Warp Lightning Cannon's using its last shots against the goose. We have the Eye Takers who are back too. Do they do magic damage? No, they don't. Okay. I can shoot this eagle. Pone's attacking my crew, that's fine. I still have a Doom Wheel, which is quite strong. I have 31s of magic with a lot of good stuff. I don't need to cast this right now. Oh, okay, let's see if we can head you off real quick. Let's finish off that Flamespire Phoenix. He's going to want vengeance. Oh, he's going to get my snipers. That really sucks. That really, really sucks. Pone, stop! Stop it, Pone! No! No, I don't have any way to lock him down. Oh, God. Well, I guess they're dead anyways. There's freaking Blood Knights coming here. Let's shoot the Blood Knights, yeah. That'll be good. We're just going to have to Helm's Deep it, guys. Yeah, so we got on my sharpshooters here. We'll get our weapons teams over here to try and take out the advancing Crypt Ghouls. Feasters in the Dusk. Richard, I see the donation. I will take a look as soon as we get this going, dude. Thank you so much, man. That's really generous. All right, Hadri's is going to get me, I think. I just need to get enough points off Hadri's where, like... Yeah. Anyways. Oh, yeah, look at the Warpfire teams just doing work there. Yes, nice Warpfire teams. Good. If we get the Blood Knights blobbed in the Doom Wheel, we can get them with the 13 spell. Trophy heads her. See if we can get some damage. Yeah, Hadri's isn't going to take the bait. He's a clever girl. Oh, Pone! Pone with your stupid eagles! He thinks... I don't know if he knows my thing's out of ammo yet, so we're going to try and, like, bait him in here, yeah. Let's do this. There we go. Yes, nice. Okay, is he paying attention, though, is the question. Okay, that should get him right there. The dreaded 13 spell comes! Oh, yeah, look at that. The dreaded spell. Wrecking those guys. Yeah, so now we have halberds in here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Now's the time. Just keep these guys in defense. Get the Doombringers back. Our sharpshooters are still offline, but yeah. He's summoned on top of that, but it doesn't matter. There's nothing there. So we're getting some huge value for sure. I still have the Plague spell as well. Nice breath attack there. But the Blood Knights are down. We wrecked the Blood Knights with the dreaded spell. Alright, let's attack here with the Ogres. Just juke around if we can. The Doom Wheel's in there. Very good. Alright, so the Blood Knights are crumbled out. Alright, guys. I think we got this. We're pretty far ahead. Oh, I accidentally tabbed out. Sorry about that. That would have been a very anticlimactic way to end this. Let's get the Scorch going down on the Skeleton Spears. Come on. Come on, Doombringers. Oh, yeah, that Scorch did huge damage. Let's go. The Stormburn with Halberds, MVPs. Oh, yeah. You're going down, buddy. Let's go. Okay, we're going to get this going. I think we're going to just straight up win this, maybe. If we can get the Goose down. Unfortunately, there's a Blood Dragon Lord. Oh, yeah. The Warpfire Thrower team's still in line, but Pone's not going to let that stand. Let's see if we can salvage them. Oh, and we got the Sharpshooters back, too. Hell yeah. Just all this stuff hanging on by a freaking thread here. Let's drop a summon, because I don't know how much longer this guy's going to live for. I need to get this stupid freaking pigeon off the battlefield. Let's shoot these bats. Get the spears defending them. Okay, they're down. We need to get Pone's Goose. Yeah, just leave the rat summons. The Doombringers are done. Some spears coming back in as well. Man, we gotta fight this thing. We gotta fight it. There's no point in running. Just surround it and finish it. Let's get our Jezzails running over there. We will have another rat summon soonish. Ogres can go after him. Yeah, he's going for the kill. Alright, jump on the Blood Dragon Lord. Shoot the eagle when it comes back. Yes. Okay, so we got us surrounded the Lord. He's going to use the summon on us, probably. I could save up for a Plague. I don't think that's worth it. I think using a summon just to halt the advance of some of these troops is the play. So let's go ahead and do this. Over here, sharpshooters are waddling because they're shooting something that they can't see. And let's get the Doom Wheel over here, see if we can take out these Crypt Ghouls real quick. Alright, you and you. Very good. Arcing Conduit. Boom. I would use Unholy Clamor, but it can overcast and pop me if I'm not mistaken. Ogres, let's pull him back. Pone's coming in with the eagle. They say that an eagle can save us. Yeah, the Crypt Ghouls just got wrecked. That was good. We were able to isolate something and really take it out. We were running our Jezzails like as far as possible. Pone's Eagle tried, but it got taken out. All right, we need to flee across the bridge now. Flee! Flee, you fools! He's got Graveguard with great weapons here. Okay, now we punish the Eagle. We can't let that thing go. I don't have enough for another summon. No, Pone, stop it! Stop it, Pone! You madman! Okay, the Ogres came back. Let's keep pulling. God, these freaking Jezzails just can't get line of sight. Are we depleted? Yeah, we are. Okay, the Eagle's down. Hadri's is oh my god, is this Warp Lightning Cannon crew still here? Oh my god, we gotta hide them. Hopefully you won't notice. Then we can get the Warp Lightning back online. That'd be so clutch. Alright, shoot at that if we can. The stupid Eagle is finally broken. We have a Scorch, but not too many good angles with which to use it. Oh no, are these zombies? Oh god. Come on! I think we got this on points though, either way. Does the Grace here, it should do magic damage, right? No, it doesn't actually. Yeah, so we'll block now. Buy some time for our Jezzails to shoot and snipe. We'll shoot into the Corpse Guard because it's pretty much the only thing we can really... Well, we can kind of see you. Okay. That Warp Lightning Cannon could be pretty big. And let's go ahead and drop this like right into this big blob of nasty troops here. The cast was a little bit slow. We still did some okay damage. The Jezzails just freaking line of sight issues all freaking day. Pull the Grace here back. Hadri sees it. He sees it. Oh, damn it. Of course he does. Clever Hadris. That freaking Eagle was the terror in the night. I'm pretty sure we're ahead on points enough. I think Pone still has his freaking Haggard Eagle flying around here somewhere. Yeah, Hadri sees this for sure. If I could get that back. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm eliminated. So at this point, Hadri's will be the last one standing, but I think I did enough damage that we get the game. And when I say I think we can win this, I meant more in reference to the fight. But yeah, he's got all those Graveguard with great opens and stuff. I mean, I don't think my Clan Rats with Spears are going to defeat, or Skaven Slaves are going to defeat this. Let's just try and rip some shots while we can for points. Come on, get on the Warp Lightning Cannon. All right, it's back. Shoot the Banshee. Oh, the Grey Seer is being chased off. Professor Pone says it must be nice to have magic. Oh my god, that's funny. Put him in guard mode to make sure it shoots. Come on! One more shot! Do it for the Horned Rat! No, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, Pone's out. Alright, we won it. Just barely. Arrow's army probably would have been really scary for me, but the thing is, he got ganked by Pone super hard. Pone came with like an unholy air force. It had like an eagle, a phoenix, like I think his prince was on a dragon too. Like I can't remember, but he came and just went after Arrow so hard and sacrificed the rest of his army to the vampires. That was pretty freaking funny, man. So Richard, let me take a look, brother. Richard Wirtz donating $100. Thank you so much, dude. Holy shit, that's generous. Glad to have you back on streams again. Great tournament. Keep it up. Everyone take care. You take care, man. Stay safe. That was an absolute blast. Hail be to the Horned Rat. Yes, yes, we did it. Oh my god, the chat is so behind on my PC. Yeah, they were out of ammo. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Pone had a nasty goon squad for sure. I don't know. I wonder why he went after Arrow. Like, what did he have against Arrowcrastic there? Because, like, his goon squad, he could have killed Hadri's Goose for sure. And his, like, Fellbats, and then just, like, ran his High Elf army into a choke. I don't know. Maybe he just thought the Greenskins were easy kills. Like, squishy lords and stuff. Arrow did a really freaking good job, too, keeping Azag alive for as long as he did. Because Azag was being, like, shot by 2 Warp Lightning Cannons and a Jezzail, and, like, Arrow somehow kept that alive. Yeah. That was close. It was a close one. So, guys, that's going to be it for today. I just want to sincerely thank you all for joining. It was a really, really fun time. Big congratulations if you take a look to Arrowcrastic, the ever chosen, proving why he has earned the title. We take a look at the bracket. Aerocrastic was able to win in the grand finals of today's Autogen tourney with an amazing run. Some great games with just some of the worst armies. And it was great. Everyone played well. So well played to Bilbo, Hadri, Zach B. Sane getting to the finals as well. And Aerocrastic coming in hot and winning today's tournament. So thank you guys all so much for joining. If you enjoyed the stream, please do drop a like on the way out. It lets me know that you guys enjoy the format and definitely keeps it going strong. Thanks to the mods for hanging around. Slanesh bots have been calm lately. I think they're busy with other streams, but thank you mods for hanging out and keeping everything in check in that respect. And then if we go on over, what's that, guys? Pulling this up. There's one last thing I wanted to say. And yes, guys, thank you again for the very generous donations. Richard Wirtz coming in with a rock hard Hundi. Thank you so much, man. Bambi, Astos Moldova, Jacob N. We have a Pandemic, JR, Zinch Willin it twice. Thank you, JR. Reed Tackman, Will Lorenz, Adam V, Jared Barreto with a fat 50. Jared, thank you so much, man. Mr. Ooze again. See you, Blue 32. And that is the crew. Thank you, guys. Yes, I was the final boss there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content. Tomorrow probably will be a day off streaming. I'm going to take it off tomorrow and catch up on some other content. You know, some quick battles and stuff. And then on Sunday, we're going to be back with the Faction War. So Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is going to be the Big Papa Faction War. So tune in. I expect to see you all there. It's going to be fun. All right, guys. That's it. Thank you for joining in today's tournament. Thank you all to all the mods, you guys. And thank you again for the very generous donation support, guys. It really means a lot. All right. Thank you. Praise be to Sigmar and these disgusting, scary, smiling faces. And we'll see you on the other side. Cheers.